Bank of America Stadium in gorgeous North Carolina will be our site for this one, between Cincinnati and Carolina. Let's take you now to Tom Hammond and Chris Collinsworth, who are getting set for the kickoff.
With a beautiful day in the forecast, we'll get ready for today's game. Hi everyone, Tom Hammond here, along with Chris Collinsworth. We're just about ready for the opening kickoff. Let's take it down to the field. He's tackled at the 24-yard line. Their offense will step onto the field for the first time, hoping to come away with some points on this possession. DeLome comes up to the line. 3 wide receivers split out wide. Give to the tailback. He's tackled at the 25. Maybe a yard on the run by the halfback. We've got 2nd and 9 here. DeLome with 3 wide receivers. He's looking to throw. Looks down the field. Joseph bats it away. Smith was the intended receiver, but the pass fell incomplete. Here's 3rd and 9. Ball on their own 25. DeLome is in the shotgun. He has 4 receivers split out wide.
180. Jam free.
Looking to throw. He throws left. Makes a cut, and he will be hit and dropped. They're able to complete the pass, but it won't be what they needed to keep the drive going.
So many times in the games today, you see a quarterback settle for those underneath throws, where in this situation, it really is a time to try and push the ball down the field a little bit. Those quarterbacks, though, they don't like to take chances on interceptions, and clearly there I thought he could have taken a little bit more of a risk.
Chapman fields it at the 30. What happened to the coverage there, Chris?
Oh, come on. They completely lost containment on that guy. I mean, you just can't let that happen. I'll be honest, they were really lucky they didn't give up a touchdown on that one.
Setting up play action. Still moving. Palmer can't escape the pressure, and that was a great job to get to him for the sack.
Man, those defensive linemen just keep getting quicker and quicker. The quarterback had no chance whatsoever there. At least he was able to hold on to the ball.
Blue 11. Left 21. Let's go now. Let's go.
Drops back. Throws while on the run. Deflected and broken up. The defender was able to get a hand on it.
And really, that came as a result of pretty physical play at the line of scrimmage. They're banging these guys around and not letting them get into their routes.
Blue 38. Come on, G. Tennessee. Let's get off this field, man.
He drops back. Short throw to the left. Stiff arms, and he's brought down. Nice pass, but not enough for the first. That'll bring up 4th down.
Pretty nice play that time. They picked up some good yardage, but they lost the battle on 1st and 2nd down and left themselves in 3rd and long. Just too much to overcome.
He punts it. It'll go out at the 37-yard line. Let's see if the offense can put something together on this drive. Play fake. Passes to his left. Tackled at the 49-yard line. A good amount of yards that time on the pass.
And running backs who are good receivers are pretty rare. You know, a lot of times those guys, they come out and they're good running the football, but they don't make the kind of plays in the passing game. This guy can clearly do both.
Little handoff. Hit and drop behind the line. He couldn't get anywhere on that one.
Yeah, sometimes you just have to admit defeat on a play as a running back and just try and get that thing back to the line of scrimmage.
Carolina uses motion. DeLome back to pass. He's under a heavy rush. In and out of his hand. Smith was the intended receiver, and he can't bring it in. Delhomme is under center. They'll come out in an I. Delhomme will look to pass. And the defense has a heavy rush. Brings this one in. He's dropped around the 36-yard line. A decent gain there on that pass.
Yeah, a little timing route there, and you really have to have faith as a quarterback to get that ball out of your hand quickly if you're going to play with that kind of touch on the ball.
Delhomme will hand it off. He lost it. Picked up. To the 10. He gets in for 6. Big time play there.
Yeah, the scoop was impressive enough, but how about the dash? He took off with that one, showed a little speed. I like it.
This should add the extra point. Extra point is good. Cincinnati is up a touchdown. He kicks it. Robinson fields it at the 2. Dropped at the 30. So as the offense heads back onto the field, we'll take this time to remind you that our game is brought to you by EA Sports. If it's in the game, it's in the game.
Regular. 180. 180. Here we go.
Here's the give. Brought down around the 33-yard line. 3 yards on the run.
Gain of 3.
Carolina in a 4-wide set.
Regular. 188. 188. Yo. And we got bark. What's the out?
Tosses it out. He's brought down around the 35-yard line. Williams picks up 2 yards with the carry. Delhomme lines up under center. Only one man back here.
180. Big play, D. 180. Red ball.
Drops back to pass. Rolling right. Pass completed. He's tackled around the 46-yard line. So on 3rd down, he finds his receiver and gets a big gain.
Receivers who can make plays like that on 3rd down tend to have nice, long careers.
Nice play fake. Makes the short throw. Huge hit. Hoover picks up about 4 yards with the catch. That'll make it 2nd down. It's 2nd down, 6 to go. The Panthers line up in an I formation.
Turbo. Let's go. 66.
They're going to pitch it. He's dropped at the 38. 4 yards there on the toss. The offense facing another 3rd down here as they line up. There are 3 wide receivers split out. The quarterback in the gun. Looking to throw. Rockets it. And they get him at the 22. He gunned that one in there for the 1st down, didn't he?
He really did, and when you watch a guy throw a ball that hard, they don't move their arm any faster. You see him driving off that back leg. That was a pretty pass.
180. Left call.
Delhomme looking to throw on 1st down. Looking for an open man. There for the reception. Brought down at the 18-yard line. King gains about 4 yards there. Here's the 8th play of this series. Ace backfield this time.
Regular. 188. Red ball.
They hand it off. He's pushed out at about the 11. Pickup of about 7. 1st and 10. Ball on the 12-yard line. Williams, the lone back. They motion to the right. Gives it off. He's hammered in the backfield. The offensive line didn't get much of a push on that play, and the runner was stuffed.
Well, that's what happens when defensively you get every gap covered. There is simply nowhere to go with the football. No chance for the running back that time.
Williams takes the give. Brought down behind the line. Great read there. It looked like the defense knew the counter was coming.
And a lot of times in that situation, they read offensive linemen. And the minute you see those offensive linemen, sometimes even in their stance, sort of sitting back, you know the counter's coming, you can get penetration and make a play in the backfield just like that.
He drops back to pass. Surveys the field. One-handed catch. Despite the great effort, it will still bring up 4th. They'll line up for the field goal, and this is nothing more than a chip shot. The snap, set down, the kick is up. Here's a quick look at the drive summary. He kicks it. Chapman takes it from the 6. They get him at the 29-yard line. So before the offense hits the field, let's take the time to let you know that our game is brought to you by EA Sports.
Come on.
Cincinnati goes with the ace set here. There's a play fake. He's there for the catch. He's brought down at the 36-yard line. Caldwell gains 7 yards with the catch. 2nd and 3 now. Ball on the 36. Carolina brings in their nickel package. He fakes it. Brings it in. He's tackled at the 47-yard line. He shows no hesitation and gets it in there to get the first down.
Yeah, you wouldn't hesitate either if you were standing back there in the pocket. I say the heck with it. Get it out of there fast. Let somebody else handle it for a little while.
It's the tailback. He fights forward to about the 49. He gains a couple of yards on the carry. Hallmert steps to the line of scrimmage. I formation behind him. Hallmert hands off. And they get him at the 48-yard line. The back gets 3 on the carry. 3rd and 5 coming up. Ball on the 48. Cincinnati comes to the line with 3 wide. Sweep left. And he just got hammered. They denied him the first down on that run.
Yeah, they were lucky just to get back to the line of scrimmage. I don't like the call when you're in a 3rd down situation. I'm paying the quarterback so much money. He's getting the ball there.
He punts it. This one's going to go out of bounds at the 25-yard line. The offense was only able to muster a field goal on their last drive. We'll see what they do with this possession. And they'll line this one up with 2 tight ends. Toss. Brought down around the 26-yard line. Not a lot on that play.
And that's why you send all those guys to plug up the holes, and that time there were no holes, really, and he was lucky to get anything on the play.
180. King's right. Right. Roll it low.
Feeds it to the back. Cuts back, and he's dropped. Tried to find something, but there wasn't anything there for him.
Yeah, not anything at all. And as a running back, you're probably going back to the huddle going, guys, a little help, please?
Regular. 188. 188. Let's go. Come on. Here we go, baby.
Drops back to pass. Rifles it out there. Knocks it away. And it'll be 4th down following the pass deflection.
Just terrific play by the defense. They followed the quarterback's eyes, made a quick jump on the ball, and were all over that one.
Baker will punt it, and he absolutely boomed it. Chapman takes it at the 32. They were forced to punt on their last drive. They'll go to work at the 38. 1st and 10. Hallmer lines up under center. 3 receivers are split out wide. Setting up play action. There for the catch. He's tackled at the 49-yard line. That one worked just as they drew it up.
Good pass, good catch, I agree. Sometimes there's really nothing you can do as a defense to stop a well-executed pass play.
They'll throw on 1st down. Passes. Out of bounds, incomplete. They complete the pass, but he was out of bounds when he brought it in.
Yeah, that's a pretty safe throw there where only the receiver can make a play on the ball. Just a little too wide on that one.
Blue 38. Blue 38. Let's go now. Let's go. 44.
He drops back. Passes the ball. Catch is made. What an open field tackle. Good pickup by the receiver.
And we've always talked about this receiver's big play ability. He may not be the fastest guy in the league, but you can tell he wants the ball in his hands in big situations.
Drops back on 1st down. Rockets it out. Loose ball. Johnson recovered it. Good job on defense to be right there for the recovery.
Well, you get yourself in the right place for a recovery by hustling, and that time this defense was really flying to the ball.
On the ground with a tailback. He's dropped right around the 20-yard line. A couple of yards there.
And Tom, that was because the defense filled up all the gaps. The back was looking for somewhere to run, but by bringing the run blitz, they took away all the holes and stopped them for a minimal gain.
Back to throw. Throws out left. He's brought down around the 32-yard line. Everything seemed to work perfectly on that one.
And that's a pattern that this team likes to run. You know they've been studying that all week on film, and yet they still can't stop it.
He fakes it. Throws short. Makes the reception. And they get him at about the 39-yard line. And another connection that goes for good yardage.
And we really see the trust that is developing between this receiver and the quarterback. That if the quarterback has confidence that you're going to be where he thinks you're going to be, he will throw it to you more often than he'll throw it to somebody else.
Short pass to his left. He's dropped for a loss. No gain on that completion. That'll bring up 3rd down.
Come on, baby.
3rd down now. They'll need a couple of yards to convert for a 1st down. They come out in a nickel.
Regular. 180. 180.
Play fake. He throws right. Comes down with it. Brought down around the 48-yard line. He's hitting his marks today, and that last pass gives him 100 yards through the air.
When I spoke to him before the game, he said he had a bit of a virus during the week. Fortunately for his team, it doesn't look like it. Maybe the rest of them need to catch a little case of the flu.
Again with the run. Tackled at the 42. Williams gains around 6 yards on the run. 2nd and 4. Carolina goes with the ace set here.
Regular. 180. 180.
They'll give it off here. He fights forward to about the 40. That's a 2-yard gain. That'll bring up third down. So another third down upcoming for the offense. The offense has their big set on the field as they try to convert here on third down. All kinds of pressure. And he can't make the catch. It's fourth down after the incompletion, and it's a pretty long field goal attempt if they went for it here.
I don't know. I've been watching this coach for a long time. I'm thinking he might go for it in fourth down right here.
Gets the punt away. It'll go out at the 17-yard line. You have to like it when your punter can pin the ball inside the 20 like that.
Now, this has got to be one of the tougher punts to make here. It's so easy to get a little too much on the kick, sending it into the end zone for a touchback. He did a great job hitting it just right on that one.
He's tackled at the 21. 4-yard gain, and that will bring up second down. Still a lot of time left, but at the end of one, the score is 7-3. He drops back to pass, looks for a man open. Nearly picked off. He should have had that one. Johnson was unable to make the catch on that pass attempt. Now they'll face a 3rd and 6 situation. Ball on the 21-yard line. Throws it out. The defender gets him to the ground.
Carson Palmer is one of those guys that I think has a chance to be the very best quarterback in the league. Superior arm strength, a great leader. That knee injury set him back for a little while, but you can tell now he's getting back to form and is just playing great football.
He's looking to throw. Scans the field. Completed. He makes a move, and he's brought down. About 4 yards on that play.
Only gained about 4 yards on that play, but sometimes as an offense, as long as it's not a negative play, it's a positive play.
He fakes it. He throws it. Into traffic, and it's picked off. To the 20. To the 10. And what a run after the huge catch. The defense finally brought him down at the 1. First down now, they'll be looking for 6 points here.
Let's go right.
Delhomme is under center. I formation behind him. Into the end zone for a touchdown. Perfect time to go with the run. What a touchdown.
They just ran it right at him, didn't they? And they were not going to be stopped on that one. Nice job up front by the offensive line to control the point of attack. They got an excellent push right from the snap, and the running back did the rest.
Trying to go up by 3, they'll kick the extra point. Set down. The kick is up. Carolina is up by 3. Nice kick. Plenty of distance. From his own goal line. Dropped at the 33-yard line. It'll be interesting to see how this quarterback reacts after throwing an interception on his last drive.
Barney.
Drops back. Throws a bullet. Lucas bats it down. Ushmanzadeh was the intended receiver, and he can't bring it in. So they'll face a 2nd and 10. Ball on the 33. Single back formation, 3 wide receivers. Tosses it out. He doesn't get back to the line. He was caught with nowhere to go.
This is a pretty good running back, and if you can hem him up like that, pretty impressive.
Looking to throw. Goes through his read. And he caught it. Brought down at the 47-yard line. And it's the tailback with a big catch.
And tailbacks love that. Anytime they can get into the open field, think about that position. You're constantly pounding the ball inside and getting hit by those big linebackers. Now you get out in open space and you have a chance to make a play.
He's looking to throw. Looking for a receiver. He couldn't hang on to it. And they can't complete the first down pass attempt. 2nd down coming up. 2nd down now with 10 to go. Ball on the 47. The Bengals come out in the ace formation. Palmer drops back to pass. Looks down the field. Makes the catch. He's dropped at the 44-yard line. Just about a 3-yard gain. 3rd down now, 7 yards to go. Ball on the 44-yard line. Palmer lines up under center. 3 wide receivers this time. Play fake. Gets the pass away. And they get him around the 37-yard line. And for as good of a catch as that was, this offense now has to deal with a 4th down. Cincinnati is looking to tie things up. Kick is up. I thought he had a shot at that one, but the ball seemed to be working against him. He'll need to just put that miss out of his head and concentrate on the next time he gets a shot. And after that miss, the score remains the Bengals 7, the Panthers 10. Brought down at about the 47-yard line. Williams gets about 4 yards on the play. Cincinnati brings in their nickel package.
Regular. 180. 180. Come on, D, let's get off the field now.
Back to throw. Rifles it to the right. Tackled around the 37-yard line. You know, Chris, the tight end can be used as such a weapon in the passing game.
And I always find it surprising that tight ends typically don't get drafted very high. But when you think about the skill set, they have to be able to block like a tackle and catch like a wide receiver.
Delhomme gives it up the middle. And they get him at the 34. Williams gets 3 yards on the carry.
Ouch. You take too many shots like that as a running back, you start peeking around a little bit before you get that football.
Regular. Let's go. 180. 180. Toby 32. Come on. Red ball. Let's keep him down here.
Setting up play action. And it's completed. He's tackled at the 31. Gain of 3 on the play action that time. Delhomme is in the shotgun. 3 wide receivers. Looking to throw. Surveys the field. And he's out of bounds, incomplete. The quarterback put that one too far out in front of his receiver, and he couldn't stay inbound.
He tried to make a safe throw there, but the receiver was open. It didn't have to be quite that cautious and just let him out of bounds.
He punts it. Through the end zone for a touchback. Once again, we'll take this opportunity to remind you that this game is brought to you by the fine folks at EA Sports. They'll throw on first down. Passes to his right. He's brought down at the 28-yard line. 8-yard gain. 2 yards away here on second down. Johnson lines up as the deep back, I formation. Looking to throw. He throws on the run. And he just managed to get a piece of it. Nice play by the defender.
And as a receiver, you really have to do a better job of coming back to the football at that point. You have to help the quarterback.
Come on now. Blue 11. Blue 11. Base.
The pocket is collapsing. Tackled right around the 34-yard line.
There's no question that when you talk about the classic drop-back pocket passers, Carson Palmer is right there at the top of the list with the Peyton Mannings and the Tom Bradys. This guy is just going to get better and better. He is a franchise quarterback that I believe will win multiple Super Bowls before he's done.
And they get him at about the 35-yard line. Maybe a yard on the run by the halfback.
Boy, he just took a shot on that one. As a running back, the last thing in the world you want is a short gain and a big hit.
Here's the halfback. He'll be brought down behind the line of scrimmage. Well, they wind up in reverse that time. Good push by the defense.
And when the defense gets that kind of penetration, it just disrupts everything for an offense. They have to get that guy blocked.
Looking to throw. Gets the throw off. Brought down at the 48-yard line. He put something extra on that throw, and it'll keep the chains moving.
And that's really what it takes sometimes, because defenders are so quick out there. If you don't put a little extra pop on it, they can get there.
Drops back on first down. Gamble bats it away. A great play by the defense to knock the ball away.
And these defenders have been close all day. You better be careful if you're the quarterback. One of those is going to turn into an interception.
Blue 38. Blue 38.
He drops back. Short throw to the left. Tackled at the 43-yard line. Strong, accurate throw leads to a pretty good gain.
Now, they didn't pick up the first down that time, but you drop back, you make a good throw like that. Now you're in position to try and pick up this first down.
The Bengals put a man in motion. On play action. Dropped an easy one. The pass is incomplete. They could not convert on third down. What do you think, Chris? Punt it here or go for the field goal?
Well, either way, this is a tough situation, and on that third down call, if they had picked up just a few yards, it certainly would have made this field goal easier.
Gets it away cleanly. The ball will go into the end zone for a touchback. They had to punt it away on their previous drive. They line up in an I.
Regular. There we go. 180. 180. Oh, screen. Hey, watch the screen.
Fires it over the middle. He's brought down around the 30-yard line. That was a good-looking throw.
Yeah, great throw, but maybe even a better read. He understood by watching what the defense did after the snap of the football exactly where to go with that ball.
They go with the toss. And they get him at the 32-yard line. Williams gains around 2 yards there on the toss. They line up at the 32. 3 down linemen and 2 linebackers on the field for the defense. He drops back. Passes to his left. Out of bounds at the 37. Muhammad picks up about 4 yards with the catch. That'll bring up third down. He fakes it. On the run, he throws it. Drops the sure pick. We're probably looking at a punting situation right here. It's 4th down. The Panthers are lining up to punt this one away. He gets it away. Chapman fields it at the 26. Not a bad return there.
That was really a good effort. There wasn't a ton of room for him to run, but he was able to get up the field, get a few yards. You never get upset with a punt return guy like that. It wasn't spectacular, but he got the job done.
Blue 38. Blue 38.
First down, looking to throw. With the catch. Excellent open field tackle. Pretty nice throw on that play.
And a pretty good catch on the other end, too. That's one of those plays that's quickly becoming one of the staples in this offensive passing attack.
Right, who's right? Blue 11. Hey, regular. Make a stand, G.
Back to pass. Defense closing in. Oh, and he has it go right through his hands. And the hit knocked the ball out on that play.
That's just a big hit right there. No way the receiver could hold on to that one.
Cincinnati goes with the ace set here.
Blue 38. Blue. Walk the hard count. It's on 3. Raider.
Johnson takes it up the middle. He's tackled at the 42. They had a tough time stopping them on short yardage.
Yeah, they stacked the line of scrimmage pretty well on that one, but just not able to stop them short of the first down markers.
Drops back. Gets it off. It's completed. Brought down about the 43-yard line.
Don't bring up the fact that TJ Hushmanzada was a late-round draft choice around him. He still is upset about the fact that he wasn't drafted early, and you can see why. This guy has a way of reading defenses, getting separation, creating big plays, and he has the full confidence of his quarterback in the toughest of situations.
Second down.
From the 44-yard line. Palmer comes up to the line. 3 wide receivers split out wide.
Blue 11. Blue Barney, set.
Palmer drops back to pass. Throws on the run. Makes the catch. And they get him right around the 30-yard line. They pick up solid yardage there.
And I love to watch this wide receiver work. He is so patient with his routes. He gets down low into his cuts, and he really understands what the defense is trying to do to take him away, and he is working them over.
Throws while on the run. He's tackled at the 17. Great pickup for the first on that one.
And really what makes NFL football so special is the ability of these quarterbacks to throw it and these great receivers to catch it. That's just fun to watch.
Blue 11. Blue 11.
Gets the pass off. He's dropped at the 9. An impressive first half for the quarterback.
You know, I know there are a lot of people out there who like to watch defensive football games. Not me. I like to watch a guy throw it around like this. His quarterback's hot, and he knows it.
Barney.
Fakes the run. Dumps it out right. And he's out around the 6-yard line. Nice heads-up play by the quarterback.
I agree. I like the way he stepped up and delivered that throw. He just simply is taking what the defense is giving him.
They line up with 1 running back in the backfield, 3 wide. Back to throw. Short pass to his left. He's brought down around the 1-yard line. Nice pass and catch on that play that gets him a lot closer.
Yep, and that's really just the way they drew that one up. You take what the defense gives, looking to move the ball efficiently downfield with intermediate passes.
What a catch! Touchdown! The tight end comes up with a catch for a touchdown.
Quarterbacks love throwing to those big tight ends on the goal line. It is just an easier target, easier to find those guys.
They come on the field to attempt the extra point. Point after is good. Cincinnati holds a 4-point lead. And here's your drive summary for that last series. He kicks it. Stewart from the 3. He's tackled at the 30. The defense could do no wrong the last time this team had the ball. They'll start this drive at the 30. 1st and 10. The Panthers line up in an I formation. Drops back. Short throw to the right. Caught out of bounds, incomplete. He caught that one out of bounds.
Well, you could see the receiver doing all he could to keep his feet in bounds, but that pass just let him out of bounds.
Regular. 188. 188. Hey, back. Team. Come on, baby. Check, 66.
Fires it out. This one falls incomplete. 3rd down coming up after that incomplete pass. It's 3rd and 10. Ball on the 30. They'll come out in the I.
Hey, never quit, regular. 180. Here we go, team. Goes left, switch. Hold on. Right.
He drops back. He throws left. And they get him at the 39-yard line. They complete the pass on 3rd and long, but they'll end up short of the marker.
You can see the confidence level of this defense. They know they can make open field tackles, and that's probably one of the great lost arts in the game. The ability to make the tackle in the open field and stop them short of the 1st down. Good play defensively there.
Punts it. Chapman takes it at the 23. Tackled around the 33-yard line. They were able to score through the air the last time they had the ball. Let's see what they planned for this drive.
Let's get off this field, man. Blue 11. Other side. Freeze it.
Johnson gets the ball. What a brutal hit. Johnson gets 3 yards on the play.
Man, oh man, that's what those defensive guys live for right there. A shot like that, and then they always get up and have a little something to say to you as you're going back to the huddle.
He drops back. Looks for a man open. And the fullback is wide open out there. It's completed, but the defense appeared to be waiting for it. Not much there at all.
That's part speed and part anticipation by this defensive unit. They're always in great position, and you'll rarely see them get burned on passes like that.
Throws it. Wesley has the pick. Brought down at the 39-yard line. Why did he even make that pass?
You know, Tom, I think he got baited into that throw. He thought the defensive back was going elsewhere. He did a little fake, came back in, made the pick, just a real heads-up play.
Back to throw. Throws the bullet to the left. Great open field tackle. Excellent pass by the quarterback on that play.
I'm really enjoying watching the timing between this receiver and the quarterback. We're seeing a well-schooled offense now going to work.
Fakes the run. Is there for the catch. King gains 7 yards with the catch. So that'll make it 2nd down. Ace backfield this time.
Regular. Here we go. Red ball. What's the hard count? Hey, don't lose your bite.
He drops back to pass. He throws a bullet across the middle. It's tipped and intercepted. They'll score. Touchdown. What an interception for this defense.
You know, it's bad enough offensively to throw an interception, but you can't let the guy run down the field for a touchdown. You have to turn into a defensive player at that point. They did not make that transition.
And they line up for the extra point. Point after is good. Kicks it off. Stewart from the 4. At the 30. He's hammered at the 33. On his last drive, the quarterback completed a pass, but to the other team. Throwing another one could be disastrous to this offense.
Let's go. Regular. 180. 180. Don't let your man make the play. Same thing.
Drops back on first down. Throws the bullet across the middle. Can't hang on. An excellent job by the defense of disrupting that last play.
And that was really on the wide receiver. Not much of a route, very little separation, and gave the defense a chance to make that play.
He drops back. He needs to get the pass off. And they get him at the 44-yard line. That one worked pretty well.
It sure did, and I wish all our fans could see what's happening down the field on all our television broadcasts, because so much of the game now is won and lost in the secondary.
He drops back to pass. Strong throw to the center of the field. He's tackled at the 36-yard line. That pass is good for a first down.
And he had some zip on that one, didn't he? He reared back and threw that one about as hard as he could.
Calls an audible. The Panthers take a timeout, and they've got 2 remaining. First down now, and 10 to go. 1 minute left to play in the first half. Nice play fake. Scans the field. And he catches it. He gets knocked out of bounds right around the 28-yard line. The quarterback's been putting out some good yardage.
And having success early in the game like this frees up your running game, because the defenses have to keep defensive backs in coverage, so now there's more space for that running attack.
Drops back. Here's the pass. Broken up. Not the best pass, Chris. The throw went right into coverage. What was he thinking?
I don't think that he was, Tom. It was one of those where the brain cells went off, and he's lucky that one wasn't intercepted.
Here we go, baby. 188. Regular. 188. Let's roll. There you go, G.
Third and short, and they'll throw for it. Goes through his reads. Can't stay in bounds. Incomplete pass. The receiver was out of bounds when he made the catch.
Not a perfectly timed throw that time. Held on to it just a little too long and led the receiver out of bounds.
The kick is up. It's got the distance. And right down the middle. And now we'll take a quick look at the drive summary. Here's the kick. Taken from the 3-yard line. Hit and dropped at the 30. So as the offense heads back onto the field, we'll take this time to remind you that our game is brought to you by EA Sports. If it's in the game, it's in the game.
Blue 38. Blue 38. Come on, man.
Play fake. Gets the pass out. Ushmanzadeh fumbles it, and the backer picked it up. He's down the sideline. The receiver should have held on to that.
Wide receivers are pretty good at catching the football. They're not always good at running with the football. It takes a lot of strength to hold on to that ball, and he gave it up.
A close call there. Was it a fumble?
I don't know why you keep asking me. You know every time it goes to replay, I'm basically wrong. So I'm not going to guess anymore. I'm just going to wait and listen with everybody else.
After reviewing the play, a ruling in the field is overturned.
And they will keep possession with the reversed call.
Again, we have one of those kinds of calls where you have to watch 2 parts of the body. When was the knee down? When did the ball come out? Difficult to officiate, but they got it right.
Defense pushes him out of bounds at the 46-yard line. Caldwell caught that one for a gain of 6. That'll make it second down. Back to throw. Under heavy pressure. And they get him at the 35.
You know, TJ Houshmandzadeh is not what we call one of those big play threats, a deep threat kind of a guy. But I've watched him a lot over the years, and this guy makes more big plays than you think, because when the ball is in the air, he thinks it's his. He is a strong, physical guy that goes up and makes plays.
3 wide receiver set. The Bengals will take their last timeout. Short yardage situation here, 2nd and a yard. The set down. The kick is up. It's got the distance. And we'll take a quick look at the drive summary. Great kick here. Robinson fields it at the 1. They get him at the 29-yard line. They'll set up shop at the 29-yard line. Delhomme will come to the line with a 3-wide formation. He fights forward to about the 30. And we've come to halftime here. The score at the halfway mark is the Bengals 24, the Panthers 13. The kick is away. From the 5-yard line. He's tackled at the 28-yard line. So before the offense hits the field, let's take the time to let you know that our game is brought to you by EA Sports. The Bengals come out in the shotgun. There are 3 receivers wide.
Barney.
He's tackled around the 29-yard line. Less than a yard. That'll bring up 2nd down. 2nd and 9 coming up here. Ball on their own 29. Hallmer is lined up under center. They'll line up in single back. Back to throw. He throws it. Threw it right to him, but he can't hang on. And the defender breaks up the play.
Just great position that time on the defensive side. The receiver really never had a chance on that one.
Drops back. Looking for an open man. And it's caught. He looked pretty confident that time on the throw.
You know, when you have an accurate quarterback, you can get away with throws like that. Get it out of your hand quickly, anticipate the throw, and you get the completion.
Over top, 2 straight. Play. Get off, baby, get off. Let's stop.
Play action. Surveys the field. No completion. Caldwell was the intended receiver, and he can't bring it in. 2nd down now with 10 to go. 3 wide receivers on the field, the quarterback in the shotgun. Looks to pass. Looking for a receiver. Johnson has the interception. Tackled at the 38. Well, he looked like he was in the right place at the right time.
Unless you're the quarterback, then he was in the wrong place at the wrong time.
2 tight end formation this time. They'll give it off here. He didn't get back to the line. That safety just came flying in there to make the tackle.
It is just so difficult for offensive lines to account for the safety. Typically, that's the one free runner that you have. And if you have a top-flight safety back there that can come in and make those kinds of plays, it really helps your run defense.
Setting up play action. Catches it one-handed. White picks it up off the ground. Gets in for the touchdown. Wow, that was a great way to pick up 6 points.
And more teams are practicing doing that. When the ball's on the ground, they want to be able to scoop it and score with it. Perfectly executed that time.
They come on the field to attempt the extra point. And the point after is good. The kick. Robinson takes it from the 6. Brought down at the 26-yard line. Once again, we'll take this opportunity to remind you that this game is brought to you by the fine folks at EA Sports. Delhomme is under center. Single set backfield this time. Throws to the middle. Throws into coverage, and it's intercepted. To the 20. He's brought down at the 14. Great catch by the linebacker. Not a smart throw from the quarterback.
You know, it's hard to believe that you can lose a guy that big, but sometimes those linebackers dropping underneath in coverage, quarterbacks just don't see him, and he threw it right to him.
They'll throw on first down. Tries for the end zone. He tried to thread the needle on that last one and threw it right into coverage.
Well, you have to admire his courage. He's not afraid to make any throw, anytime, anywhere, but he's lucky that one wasn't picked off.
Passes to the end zone. And he scores. What a play. The coaches have to be happy with that one.
Yeah, I guess they are. Anytime you draw up a play and it works to perfection like that, everybody's happy except the defense.
The kick is up. Extra point is good. Here's a quick look at the drive summary. And here's the kick. He'll return it from the 4-yard line. He breaks the tackle. Drilled at the 34. The quarterback leads his offense back onto the field after turning it over on their last drive. They'll take over at the 34-yard line. Williams, the lone back.
Stay inside. Regular. 180. 180. Bang right.
They'll throw on first down. Has a man deep. Here's the throw. Tipped it away. What an effort out there. He just got his hands in there and broke it up.
I love watching the closing speed of this defense. When they see the ball, they go get it.
There are 4 wide receivers split out. The quarterback in the gun.
188. 188. Check. 66.
Back to pass. Passes on the move. He's tackled around the 39-yard line. Just about 5 yards on that completion.
Yeah, very safe, simple play, hitting the underneath receiver for a solid gain.
Regular. Red ball. Right. You got him.
He throws on the run. Stiff arms, and the defender still makes the tackle. It's completed, but it'll wind up short.
Well, it's not a horrible call in that situation because you put the ball in the hands of a playmaker. You try and allow him to create, but you're seeing now defensively, when they close together like that, it's going to be awfully tough to pick up that first down.
He fields it at the 17. I'm sure they would have liked to have gotten a little better return out of him there.
Boy, he hardly had any room to do anything there. They've got to come up with a better scheme or some better blockers or something. This guy's a good punt returner. He's just not getting any help at all from his teammates.
Right. Close right.
He's looking to throw. Throws it. Pass is complete. Johnson gains a handful of yards on that reception. 2nd down and 5 to go. Ball on the 24. The Bengals come out in the ace formation.
Blue 11. Queen. Lou. Close well. Kodiak.
He drops back. Looks down the field. Makes the grab. Tackled at the 29-yard line. Chapman gained 6 yards and a first with the reception.
That's such a hard play to try and contain as a defensive player. You simply can't afford to give up the big plays, so you have to give them something, and typically it's those short, quick throws, that time for a first down.
I'm trying to get you over there, baby.
Drops back on 1st down. Out of bounds, incomplete. They went with a sideline pass, but he couldn't stay in bounds.
And that would have been a spectacular catch if he'd been able to come up with that one, just thrown a little bit too far outside.
Your choice at the Stadium Souvenir Shop.
Reload.
He's dropped around the 32-yard line. The fullback picks up about 3 yards on that carry. 3rd down now, they'll need 7 to convert. Ball on the 32.
Regular. Get your hands up.
UTEC in motion.
You said sleep. Play it. No, you're good.
He threw off his back foot. Brought down around the 47-yard line. A nice completion to the tight end.
I always thought tight ends were sort of like pacifiers for babies, you know, just about the time that you need a little security blanket, you know where to go.
Blue 11. Hard count. What we got?
They'll throw on 1st down. On the run, he throws it. Brings this one in. And they get him at the 48-yard line. He just went up and got that one.
Sometimes as a quarterback, the only position that you have to throw a football is up high. And when you have a guy with that sort of athleticism that can go up and get it, boy, does that give the quarterback confidence.
Looks right, throws. He got deep cleated. And a big catch by the tight end.
And I can tell you this, there's nothing that defensive backs hate more than to have one of those big tight ends in the open field running right towards them.
Left go. Blue 11. Toby 32. Come on now. Watch the switch.
Setting up play action. Tight coverage, and it's picked off. And the safety made a really nice play on the ball to grab that interception.
You know, this safety is known for his big hits, but that time it was his soft hands that made the difference.
They line up at the 37. Delhomme steps to the line of scrimmage. They'll come out in the single back formation. He's brought down at the 40. Just about a 3-yard gain. That brings up 2nd down. Carolina in a 5-wide set.
180. Hey, Lou. Stay right. We need that rock. Let's go.
Back to throw. Makes the throw up the middle. Brought down around the 47-yard line. Jarrett picks up around 7 or so with that catch. Good enough for a 1st down.
It may be time now for this defense to start thinking about attacking a little more and bringing some pressure on the receiver. You can't keep giving up those short, quick throws.
Come on.
Looks to pass. Throws middle. Pass completed. Tackled at the 37.
Tom, I really don't think there's a better competitor in the NFL than Steve Smith. This guy has always played with a little chip on his shoulder. He seems to be angry at the world a lot of times, and he takes it out on the football field. He is so quick, he is so tough, and he is so fast. I love watching Steve Smith play.
That'll be a 7-yard pickup, and that will bring up 2nd down. 2nd and 3 now. Offset I formation in the backfield.
Wide, Trent, you all right? We got bark. 188. Left call. Let's go now. Let's go. We're talking about breathe.
Play action. Dumps it out right. And they get him at the 23. 7-yard gain, and that'll be a first down.
Now we're starting to see this offense get in a nice little rhythm. The quarterback hasn't thrown an incompletion yet on this drive. They look sharp.
180. Check, 66. Clock. Let's go, we're up. Close low, switch.
Drops back. Moves forward. That incompletion will bring up second down. The Panthers line up with an offset eye backfield.
Regular. Red ball. Back up. Defense out. Watch the back.
Back to throw. Short pass to his left. And the pass is knocked away. And it's batted away at the last minute by the defender.
Just when it looked like the quarterback might sneak that one in there, a late pass defense and a good play.
The Panthers put a man in motion to the right.
180. Keep your head, baby. Keep your head.
Back to pass. Throws it short. He's brought down at the 12. The screen pass gives them a new set of downs.
When you get a halfback that gets in the open field with that kind of space, it is just so difficult to try and stop the screen. The offensive line got out in front. That was nice.
Don't give him a yard. 188. Come on. 188. Watch the ball.
Nice play fake. He throws right. Steps out right around the 6-yard line. Pretty good read on that play to find the open man.
And that's an area where he excels. He works his way through his progressions quickly and doesn't hesitate when he sees the receiver break free in coverage.
He's under a heavy rush. Touchdown. Nice play call on that one to get the ball in the receiver's hand.
Well, this quarterback isn't always perfect, but when he gets hot, he can make throws like that into small spots that are so impressive.
Here's the kick. Point after is good. And here's your drive summary for that last series. He kicks it off. Holt has it at the 5. Brought down at the 24-yard line.
Personal foul, face mask, defense. First down.
They'll get the ball here at the 39-yard line. Halmert is lined up under center. They'll come up in an I this time. He looks to throw on first down. There for the reception. Not too bad a pass there.
Not too bad at all. And sometimes those little touch throws are actually more difficult than the bullet passes. Kind of hard to come up with the timing to hit the receiver right in stride, but that was well thrown.
Drops back on first down. Throws on the run. And they get him at the 43-yard line. Short pattern results in a completion for the offense.
You know, that's not one of those plays that's a huge gain by any means, but that's really the essence of an offensive game plan. You have to start hitting some of those short intermediate routes, and that begins to open everything else up.
He drops back. Dumps it out right. And he's out of bounds, incomplete. He couldn't get 2 feet in on that one.
Well, that's something receivers work on all the time, dragging that back toe, just unable to do it that time.
Sets up the play action. Short throw to the right. Brought down at the 41-yard line. And that reception won't be enough to move the chain.
Well, you really can't ask any more out of a defense on that one. They kept the play in front of them, came up and made the tackle. Good play, and they're off the field.
Gets it away cleanly. Goes into the end zone for a touchback. Carried along by their dominant vertical game, they were able to put one in the end zone on their last drive. Williams is the deep back as they line up in the I.
Regular. 188. 188. Come on. Left smash free. Hey, no.
They go with the toss. He's going to be tackled for a loss. Nice stop on that one.
Yeah, great defense at the point of attack, but also very impressive the pursuit to the ball. They were all coming there.
Regular. We got close line.
It appears someone jumped early.
False start, offense.
That penalty will move them back a bit.
That's just sloppy play there. You have to be able to concentrate in these situations. You're just giving away yardage.
Tango off the top. Wait for. Let's go. 188. Screen. Close, open right.
Looking to throw. He's there for the catch. He's brought down at the 27-yard line. Nothing wrong with that pass. He goes for a good gain.
You know, and when you talk to some of these receivers, they say the real strength of this quarterback is that he throws a very, very catchable ball.
Let's go. All right, let's keep him back, D.
DeLone with the fake. Throws left. He steps out at the 33-yard line. Chris, they love to run that play.
Yeah, that's one, if you study this team on tape, you're going to see them go to that in the clutch, and it worked again.
Tennessee. 188.
Defense closing in. Pass incomplete. Muhammad was the intended receiver, but the pass fell incomplete. They'll face second down and 10.
Hey, regular.
The Panthers line up with an offset I backfield.
Regular. 180. 180.
Drops back to pass. The pocket is collapsing. And they get him right around the 38-yard line. Pretty nice pickup on the pass that time.
And that's simply good design and execution on the pattern. They work hard all week in practice to make sure that on game day they have that timing down perfectly.
188. Let's go, fellas. Let's go. Check 66.
They'll give it off here. And they didn't get it. So they tried to push it ahead, but the defense stopped them short of the first down.
Looked like one of those old-fashioned rugby scrums there. A lot of big bodies piled together and nowhere for the running back to go.
Gets the punt away. It'll go out at the 36-yard line. They couldn't do anything against this defense on their last drive, and they were forced to punt. On the ground with a tailback. He's tackled at the 37. 2-yard pickup. That'll bring up second down.
Gain of 2.
Second down and 8. Ball on the 37. Halmer comes to the line under center. 3 receivers wide this time. He's brought down at about the 47-yard line. This running back just showed off some nice ability there.
Yeah, the offensive line did their job. They created enough of a seam to get him up into the secondary, and then he was able to explode from there.
Here's the halfback. Brought down around the 48-yard line. Johnson comes away with 5 yards on the carry. Second and 5 coming up here. They come out with 3 wide receivers. He's looking to throw. Throws it short. Can't stay in bounds. Incomplete pass. The quarterback led the receiver just a little too much.
Yeah, he put a little too much on that pass and forced the receiver to make the catch out of bounds.
It's coming out quick. Hey, never quit, fellas. Blue 38. Blue 38. What's the out? Rush.
Looking to throw. Throws while on the run. Almost picked. Johnson was the intended receiver, but the pass fell incomplete. He punts it. This one's going to be down in the end zone for a touchback. Let's see if the offense can put something together on this drive.
Watch your ball.
He drops back to pass. Looking for an open man. Brings it in. And they get him at the 28-yard line. So they pick up quite a few yards on that play.
Yeah, really a nice route that time. One of the keys to playing wide receiver is the ability to not only get into cuts, but to get out of the cuts. That time, very explosive coming out of that cut, and it made the difference.
Back to throw. He throws right. There for the catch. He's tackled at about the 39-yard line. Another completed pass puts him over the 300-yard mark.
And you know, this guy just loves to play football. I really like talking to him before the game. You can hear the passion in his voice. And when you have a leader that has that kind of passion and that kind of emotion, it's just so much easier to play the game.
Sets up the play action. Catch is made. He's brought down around the 47-yard line. Just a short, efficient throw that time.
Yeah, a true sign of patience on the offensive side. You let the play develop. You find the open receiver. Maybe he takes a look down the field. It's not there. Just go ahead and take that safe throw.
Dumps it out right. Tackled at midfield. That was a decent gain there on the pass.
Yeah, no hesitation whatsoever. He hit that back foot, planted, threw the ball, knew exactly what he wanted to do.
And that's the end of the third quarter. Our score in this one is the Bengals 38, the Panthers 20. First down, 10 to go. Ball on the 50. The Panthers come out with the offset eye. Feeds it to the back. Brought down around the 42-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup.
I really thought the offensive line did a pretty good job picking up the blitz that time, but you could see the running back using his speed and quickness to get away. Good job by the back.
Delhomme hasn't missed yet. Throws the deep pass. Batted away. Oh my, the quarterback is lucky that one wasn't intercepted.
Yeah, you try and fit some of those into some tight holes, and every once in a while, you're going to get one pick, but that was a pretty good play by the defense.
And the ref blows this one dead.
Full start, offense.
And he definitely moved on that one.
And it's so embarrassing to jump off sides for an offensive player because you know the snap count. But I swear there's so many things going through your mind, especially if the guy across from you is beating you in the head all day. Sometimes you just forget.
The rush reaches him, and he goes down.
Personal foul, face mask, defense.
So with that penalty, they'll move the chain.
Oh, and that's so painful for a defense to make a stop, get the ball back for your offense, and just a silly penalty is going to give it right back to them with a first down.
Williams takes the handoff. They tackle him for a loss. Tried the run, but there was nothing available.
And if you can make a running back hesitate just a little, that time you could see there really was no hole, and the running back was just fishing for a place to go.
He drops back to pass. Makes the reception. He's hit hard on the play. That's now his third reception of the drive. Pretty clear who the favorite target is on this possession.
You know, this receiver is just one of those guys that you want to keep busy. Some guys only want to try and catch the deep balls or the big plays. Other guys want to catch a lot of balls. This is one of those guys. He gets into a rhythm, and he can beat you.
He's dropped at the 20-yard line. He ran a clean route, and the quarterback got it to him with a good pass, first down.
And you can tell there's a lot of confidence between these two guys. The quarterback has faith in these tough situations to go to that receiver and make big plays.
Williams gets the ball left side. He tries to spin, and he is dropped. So a pickup of maybe 3. That brings up second down. Delhomme steps to the line of scrimmage. Offense lines up in an I. They keep it on the ground with the tailback. They finally get him, and it looked like he would score, but instead they'll set it up with first and goal. The Panthers come out showing 3 wide. Back to throw. Short throw to the left. They'll get in for the touchdown. The quarterback threw a pretty ball there for the touchdown.
And we've talked about his arm strength, but his accuracy keeps showing through in this game. That was beautifully delivered.
Delhomme lines up under center. They'll come up in an I this time.
44 press. 180. Right. Close right.
Drops back. Throws it short. Can't get the two-point conversion.
Is no good.
Decent kick. Holt takes it at the 4. At the 30. Hit and dropped at the 36-yard line. They had to punt it away on their previous drive. They'll start this drive at the 36-yard line. The Panthers line up with 6 defensive backs.
Barney, set.
Drops back on first down. He throws it. Comes down with it. He's brought down right around the 40-yard line. Nice pass for the quarterback on that one with the defense bearing down on him.
He'll take plays like that all day long.
Palmer is in the shotgun. 4 wide receivers this time.
Blue 38. Come on, man.
Drops back to pass. He rolls out to the right. Completed. Brought down at the 43-yard line. He went to the short man, but the defense was right there to make the play.
Yeah, and this is one of those plays that's a lot like a long, extended handoff. He gets it out to the receiver and just lets him work on the outside. That time, though, unable to pick up much yardage.
They're going to pitch it. They will be short. That play was stuffed from the get-go.
And it's not very often that I get really excited about defensive line play, but that time, the guys up front on defense were just overpowering.
He gets it away. This one's going to go out of bounds at the 32. And they take the field with one thing on their mind, another scoring drive. The backfield is in the offset I formation. Hands it to the back. He fights forward to about the 33. Less than a yard, and that will bring up second down. One man in the backfield. He drops back. All kinds of pressure. It's incomplete. It looked like he tried to drag his feet as he was going out, but he couldn't get him down.
You know, and sometimes that happens. The quarterback put it in a spot where only he could catch it. The problem was the ball was just a little off target.
Get your hands up front.
Drops back. Goes through his read. And he caught it. He's dropped at the 37. Still not quite enough, however. They'll still be facing 4th down. So, it's 4th down. The Panthers are lining up to punt it away. He gets it away. He drops it. And I'll be interested to see if that has any impact on this series as both teams come onto the field. It's 1st and 10. Out of the gun.
Blue 38. Blue 38.
1st down, looking to throw. He throws right. And he made a great open field tackle. He was lucky to get that one off. He was under a lot of pressure in the pocket.
Hey, no need to force it. He just took what the defense gave him there, found the open man, and picked up a few yards.
They motion to the left. On play action. Bats it away. Caldwell wasn't able to bring it in. Incomplete pass on the play. From their own 25-yard line. The Bengals line up with 3 receivers, the quarterback in the shotgun.
Blue 38. Blue 38. Jam free.
Johnson takes the handoff. They didn't have the ball long there.
And 3 and outs are embarrassing for an offense. When you go out there and run 3 plays and have to go jogging back to your sideline, those defensive guys, they aren't too happy.
He gets it away. Robinson fields it at the 37. It's a fumble, scooped up by one of the corners. They nearly gave the ball away.
And you described that one pretty well because that would have been a gift. They are lucky to have that one back.
Delhomme sends a man in motion. They give it to the tailback. And they get him at about the 47-yard line. Williams comes away with about 2 yards on the counter play.
Very effective call that time by the defensive coordinator, bringing the outside linebacker a terrific way to give your defense some help in stopping the run.
Looking to throw. He needs to get the pass off. The quarterback is dropped. The defense just flexed their muscles on that one.
How many times do you see a team perfectly execute a blitz pickup and simply can't block the guy? And there's nothing the coaches can do there. They did their job, but the guys just got overwhelmed.
Brought down at midfield. With that last catch, the wide receiver has logged his 100th yard of the game.
Just a good, solid performance here by the receiver. This guy is plenty tough enough. I like the way that he gets in and out of his cuts, but I love his toughness. He's never intimidated out there.
Looks to pass. Passes it to the middle. And it's incomplete. 1st and 10. Ball on the 50. The Bengals go with the I formation. Gives it off. Tackled around the 48-yard line. Johnson picks up 2 yards with the carry. Palmer comes up to the line. 3 wide receivers split out wide.
Blue 38. Blue 38. Down. Let's go get it. Base.
Johnson takes the give. He's tackled at the 47-yard line. A 2-yard run by the halfback. The Panthers line up with a nickelback.
Let's go. Hey, we gotta watch the ball, y'all. Come on.
Fakes to the back. Makes the catch. He took a shot at the 35. Nice little pitch and catch with the wideout.
Patience for a wide receiver is just so key. He's able to manipulate that defense, set them up one play, come back with the exact same look, and break off of it the next. Beautifully run.
Come on, G.
He drops back to pass. Off his back foot. Brought down at the 22-yard line. Another positive gain, and that gives him 100 yards receiving for the game.
And this guy just knows how to make plays. He's somebody, we've watched him throughout the course of his career, but especially here today, constantly in big situations making plays.
Palmer goes with a play pass. And it's completed.
Palmer with the completion.
Johnson picks up about 3 with a catch. The Bengals come to the line with their jumbo package.
Blue 38. Blue 38. Hey, pick 6 right here. Pick 6. New call. Let's cover.
Tackled at the 17.
With the carry on
The halfback picks up a yard. Third down once again. Let's see if they can convert this one. Palmer is under center. He has 3 receivers. Here's the give. He's brought down right around the 16-yard line. Maybe a yard on the run by the halfback. And it's good. Good job putting that kick right on target, and it goes through for 3 points. Great kick here. Dropped at the 31. So as the offense heads back onto the field, we'll take this time to remind you that our game is brought to you by EA Sports. If it's in the game, it's in the game.
180. Left call. Under.
They'll throw on first down. Almost intercepted. The defender got there in time to break that play up.
He did. He was able to get his hands on the ball, but if he had missed that one might have turned into a really big play.
Turbo. No. Go. 188. 188. Wow. Stay in your lane. Let's go.
Looking to throw. Short throw to the right. And he's out of bounds, incomplete. Hoover was the intended receiver, but the pass fell incomplete. From their own 31-yard line.
Let's keep him down here.
Carolina comes out in the shotgun.
That's hot then. 180. Let's turn the ball. 180. Rigo.
Drops back. He didn't get his feet set as he threw. And they get him at the 49-yard line. You know, it's really easy to overlook those big guys in the line, but they did a good job picking up the blitz there.
Yeah, that's a great call, Tom, because when you get a blitz package like that and your offensive line can first of all figure it out and then get it blocked, it's very tough to cover one-on-one in the secondary.
Brought down right around the 48-yard line. The running back gains 2 yards on the carry. The Bengals line up with a nickelback.
180. Red ball. Middle. Somebody make a play. Don't nothing change.
Looks to pass. Makes the throw out to his right. He's dropped at the 36-yard line. The defense was coming with a heat on that play.
But you never know it if you were watching the quarterback. He stood in there strong, completely relaxed, and made that defense pay that time.
Keep working.
Delhomme drops back. Rolls right. With the catch. He's brought down right around the 22-yard line. The quarterback did a good job of recognizing the coverage and finding the open man.
As a receiver, when you go against a zone defense, it's much more about recognition and knowing where the holes in that zone defense are. That time the receiver executed perfectly and found the open spot.
He drops back to pass. It's picked off. He gets in for 6. Great play by the defender. He was able to take it for 6.
You know, some defensive players, you don't want to throw it in their zone because it might get intercepted. Some guys you absolutely don't want to throw it there because they can turn it into a touchdown going the other way.
They come on the field to attempt the extra point. Extra point is good. With about 3 minutes of play remaining here in the fourth quarter. Score, the Bengals 48, the Panthers 26. It's fielded at the 2. And he gets brought down hard. The quarterback threw a pick on their last drive. Let's see if he's able to shake it off. They'll take over at the 32-yard line. It's 1st and 10. Carolina lines up with 3 receivers, single back formation. He drops back to pass. Guns it left. It's completed. He makes a great open field tackle. And this receiver just loves it when the defense is in man coverage.
Yeah, there's no better feeling than when you're coming off the ball and you know it's just you and the guy across from you. That's just good old-fashioned football, but you also know typically when you get man coverage, your quarterback is under pressure.
He's dropped in the open field, a gain of 9 yards.
You know, one of the dangers of blitzing is that if you can break that first line of the defense, now you just don't have the pursuit in behind it to stop the run.
Throws out left. Brought down at the 27. A good play to the tight end that time.
And tight ends are so big that as coverage people, it's tough to figure out how to defend them. If you're on their left side, they throw it to their right side. If you're behind them, they throw it in front. Tight ends are tough to cover.
Right. Regular. 180. 180.
He drops back to pass. Guns it out. Is there for the catch. Good job to avoid the rush and get the pass off.
When you're trying to blitz the quarterback, you better have some talented corners on the outside, because as a wideout, just give me 3 or 4 seconds against the blitz, and it is awfully tough to try and cover that.
Dumps it out right. And it's knocked loose. He just got in there and knocked the ball loose.
Yeah, he'll be lucky if the ball is all he knocked loose with that hit. He may have lost a few teeth as well.
The Panthers come out in a shotgun set.
We got to play. 180. 180. Regular. Check, 66. Right.
Looking to throw. Gets the pass away. Knocked away. Jarrett was the intended receiver on the play, and it falls incomplete. It's 3rd down, 10 yards for a first. Ball on the 13-yard line.
Come on, little hustle. Go. Stay inside right here. 188. Come on. 188.
He's looking to throw. Not much time to throw. And they got him. That couldn't have happened at a worse time for this offense. 4th down coming up, but you got to assume that they'll be going for it. Delhomme adjusts the play at the line. He drops back to pass. Gets the ball away. And he catches another. He's dropped right around the 4-yard line. 1st down, 10 to go. Ball on the 5-yard line. Ace backfield this time.
38. 38. Tennessee.
Johnson on a counter right side. What a hit. I don't think he even saw that guy. It looked as if the offensive line just collapsed that play.
And it looked like this defensive line just beat him off the snap. Sometimes those guys can time out the quarterback's cadence, and if the quarterback doesn't start changing that snap count, his offensive line is going to really struggle.
Barney. Let's round. Go, baby. Here we go, D. Waco. Close well. Hot. Hold on. Draw screen. Turn over, D. Left. Reload. Hey.
He fakes it, and they're coming after him. And he's knocked out around the 7-yard line. He was barely able to get rid of that one.
Wow, that's aggressive play calling there defensively to come after them, In the blitz, you're creating some man-to-man coverage situations. Sometimes you make a mistake there and it goes 95 yards the other way.
Sets up the play action. He scrambles away. Tackled at the 8. That completion won't amount to much, and they'll wind up short of the first on the play.
Very disappointing for an offense to get a completion and not get the first down. The receiver's job there is to make somebody miss. Clearly have to give the defense credit there. They won.
The offense will start at the 48-yard line. First down now and 10 to go.
Regular. 188. I'm trying to get you over there, baby. Check, 66.
They'll throw on first down. Throws it out. Jones bats it away. The pass was deflected and swatted away by the defender.
I think the quarterback may have had to throw that ball a little sooner than he wanted to. The pressure was starting to get there.
Come on now. Regular. Come on. 180. 180. Nasty.
Looking to throw. He needs to make a decision. Muhammad was the intended target on that incomplete pass attempt.
Third down.
From their own 48-yard line. They have one more shot. Let's see if their prayers will be answered with a good old Hail Mary.
Never quit, 188. Let's roll.
Delhomme drops back. Defense is getting pressure, and he catches it. He's brought down around the 26-yard line. And this one-sided affair will come to a close. Our score, the Bengals 48, the Panthers 26.
Breakfast was not continental, and lunch could not compliment all. We still become competent souls. These streets ain't paved with no gold. Matter of fact, someone stole the
Foxborough, the home for Gillette Stadium, will play host for this game between Cincinnati and New England. We'll now go to Tom Hammond and Chris Collinsworth for our call. Guys?
It will be clear and mild for today's game. Hello, folks. Tom Hammond and Chris Collinsworth getting set for this one. We're underway. We're just about ready for the opening kickoff. Let's take it down to the field. He'll return it from the 4-yard line. Big hit there to bring him down. And we'll see how their offense has prepared for this matchup as they come onto the field for the first time. Maroney, the lone back. Maroney left side. Makes a cut, and he will be hit and dropped. Solid hit with the safety. He'll drop him for a loss.
Well, you know you've got an aggressive safety when he's making tackles for a loss behind the line of scrimmage. Typically, these guys are trying to not give up a big play in the passing game. Now when you see somebody in the backfield, that's impressive.
20. 20. Regular. James, 22 press.
They go with a run. He gets out to about the 32-yard line. Maroney gains about 2 yards on the run. They line up at the 32. They line up with bunch formation on the right.
Wide, 20. Wide, 20. 44 press. Tom with our hook.
Looking to throw. Looks down the field. Tight coverage, and it's picked off. And they get him at the 39-yard line. And the safety made a really nice play on the ball to grab that interception.
You know, this safety is known for his big hits, but that time it was his soft hands that made the difference.
Gives it up the gut. He's tackled at the 35.
Personal foul, face mask, defense.
And so the defense
First
gives
down.
up some yards after the flag.
And I know this is a game of emotion, and if you're not emotional on the football field, you're going to get beat anyway, but you can't let your emotions get away from you.
Again, he'll get the call. Stiff arms, and he's brought down. They got little there.
And that's why you send all those guys to plug up the holes, and that time there were no holes, really, and he was lucky to get anything on the play.
Blue 38. Blue 38. Wide. Trent, you all right? Hey.
Drops back. Rifles it to the right. Intercepted. Great catch by the linebacker. Not a smart throw from the quarterback.
You know, it's hard to believe that you can lose a guy that big, but sometimes those linebackers dropping underneath in coverage, quarterbacks just don't see him, and he threw it right to him.
Watch the screen. Watch the sling backside. Watch the fake.
He drops back to pass. Looks for a man open. Nearly picked off. He should have had that one. The pass was deflected and swatted away by the defender.
I think the quarterback may have had to throw that ball a little sooner than he wanted to. The pressure was starting to get there.
Valued at over
Wide,
$3,500.
20. Wide, 20. Watch draw. Let's play ball.
Maroney off the right side. Hit and dropped behind the line. That cornerback just made this offense look bad.
One of the tough things about trying to get a cornerback blocked is how athletic those guys are. If you're a fullback or an offensive lineman or somebody out in front trying to make that block, it's just tough to get a hand on those guys. They're quick.
Back to throw. Throws it short. Brought down at the 20. Pretty good gain on that completion, but it won't be enough for the first.
And you could see the defense that time. They knew exactly where those first down chains were. They were going to allow some underneath passes, but then came up and made the tackle, and that's going to bring up fourth down. Big play that time.
Gets it away cleanly. Chapman fields it at the 42. And they get him right around the 46-yard line. The quarterback and his receiver were clearly not on the same page last time, and it led to an interception. First down, looking to throw. Incomplete pass. He really just rifled that last pass.
And it just goes to show that arm strength isn't everything. Accuracy and touch is something that is so important for a quarterback.
Keep your hands up front.
It's the tailback. He's dropped at the 46-yard line. That's a 1-yard pickup.
Well, that was the perfect time for them to call a blitz. They got in there, filled up all the gaps, brought down the running back for a short gain.
Palmer will look to pass, surveys the field, and it's caught. He's brought down at the 42. Fourth down coming up as the offense goes 3 and out.
And let's give the defense credit there. I thought they did a great job disguising the look The quarterbacks, the receivers, they just look confused. They didn't have it figured out pre-snap going into those plays.
He punts it. Down in the end zone for a touchback. So before the offense hits the field, let's take the time to let you know that our game is brought to you by EA Sports.
Wide 20. Wide 20.
First down, looking to throw. Looking for an open man. Tackled at the 27. Short pattern results in a completion for the offense.
You know, that's not one of those plays that's a huge gain by any means, but that's really the essence of an offensive game plan. You have to start hitting some of those short intermediate routes, and that begins to open everything else up.
Looks to be a loss of about 2 on the play. That'll make it third down. 3rd and 5. Ball on the 25-yard line. The Bengals bring in their dime package.
Ready. Wide 20. Wide 20. Regular. Come on.
Back to pass. Strong throw. And they get him at the 35. So on 3rd down, he finds his receiver and gets a big gain.
Receivers who can make plays like that on 3rd down tend to have nice, long careers.
Ready. Blue 20. Blue 20.
Looking to throw. He's running out of time. Hasn't missed yet on this drive. Brought down around the 50-yard line. A nice-looking play that time.
Yeah, when you see the blitz, you have to understand your own protections, because if your protection is sliding away from the blitz, you have no choice but to get it out of there to the hot receiver.
Brady has completed every pass on this drive. And it's knocked down. And it's batted away at the last minute by the defender.
Just when it looked like the quarterback might sneak that one in there, a late pass defense and a good play.
One man in the backfield.
Let's go, baby. Get the ball out. Ready. Blue 20. Regular.
Drops back. Goes through his read. Drops it, and he was pretty well covered. Moss wasn't able to bring it in. Incomplete pass on the play.
Your favorite players of past and present will be on hand for a picture and autograph signing session.
Brady drops back. He rolls out to the right. No, he drops it. Trying to make something happen, or was that just a bad pass?
Not so much a bad pass as a bad decision. He saw the coverage there, simply had to go to the next receiver. He didn't make the right move.
Gets it away cleanly. It'll go out at the 27. They could do nothing against this defense on their previous drive. Looked like someone might have jumped.
I gotta have it, man. I seen you.
Full start, offense.
And that will back this one up.
You know, not only does it make it harder to pick up the first down, but it just deflates an offensive huddle when you give away yards like this.
Turbo.
Drops back on first down. Steps up in the pocket. Pass is complete. He's brought down at the 33. 10-yard pickup on the play. 2nd and 5 coming up here. Ace backfield this time.
Let's go. Blue 38. Blue 38. Reload.
Someone jumped early down there.
He trying to sign a piece of freeway. No, I'm good.
Full start, offense.
And that one got him 5 yards.
Well, if you want to know why Pee Wee football coaches make you run a lap if you jump off sides, it's because it can really have a negative impact on your offense, just like that one.
Feeds it to the back. He's dropped for a loss. The quarterback did a nice job recognizing the play and getting in there for the stop.
For me, there's nothing more impressive in football than to see a cover cornerback able to come up and make the stops on the run. That's a complete football player.
He's looking to throw. Looking for a receiver. Makes the grab. And that one was completed for a solid gain.
Solid gain, yes, but no first down on that play. So now it's going to bring up a decision on the part of the offense. Defensively, I think they executed that one exactly the way they wanted to.
Larson kicks it, and man, did he get a leg into this one. Welkert fields it at the 24. Tackled at the 38. Once again, we'll take this opportunity to remind you that this game is brought to you by the fine folks at EA Sports. Maroney, the lone back.
Ready. Blue 20. Blue 20. Pony.
They're going to pitch it. Brought down around the 46-yard line. Maroney picks up about 7 yards there after getting the ball on the toss play. Cincinnati brings in the nickel here.
Ready. Wide 20. Wide 20. Hey, back. Team. Come on, let's go.
Maroney gets the carry. He's dropped at the 41-yard line. That was an excellent run there to pick up the first.
Yes, sir. He really found a nice hole, was able to exploit it for a good gain. They're going to have to do a better job getting in those running lanes if they're going to stop him consistently.
Blue 20. Blue 20.
He looks to throw on first down. Looks for a man open. Brings this one in. He's brought down around the 28-yard line. Nice little pitch and catch with the wideout.
Patience for a wide receiver is just so key. He's able to manipulate that defense, set him up one play, come back with the exact same look, and break off of it the next. Beautifully run.
He lost yardage on the play. The offense had a tough time picking up all their blocks on that play.
You know, you can draw up any sort of protection scheme and blocking scheme that you want, but ultimately this game comes down to one big man against another big man, and that time the defense's big men, they won the battle.
Looking for an open man. And the pass is knocked away. Maroney was the intended target on that incomplete pass attempt. From the 28-yard line, the Patriots come out with 4 wide receivers, the quarterback in the shotgun.
Wide 20. Wide 20. Let's go right.
Brady will look to pass. Pass completed. Excellent open field tackle. Despite the great effort, it will still bring up 4th. New England could take the lead with this field goal. Set down. The kick is up. And it's good. And now we'll take a quick look at the drive summary. Kicks it off. Holt fields it at the goal line. Hit and dropped at the 23. The defense could do no wrong the last time this team had the ball. Nickelback is in on this play. Here's the throw. It's tipped. Oh my, the quarterback is lucky that one wasn't intercepted.
Yeah, you try and fit some of those into some tight holes, and every once in a while you're going to get one pick, but that was a pretty good play by the defense.
Palmer drops back. On the run, he throws it. What a hit! And another connection that goes for good yardage.
And we really see the trust that is developing between this receiver and the quarterback. That if the quarterback has confidence that you're going to be where he thinks you're going to be, he will throw it to you more often than he'll throw it to somebody else.
Play action. Rockets it. There for the reception. Tackled at the 44-yard line. A nice completion to the tight end.
I always thought tight ends were sort of like pacifiers for babies. You know, just about the time that you need a little security blanket, you know where to go.
Blue 38. Blue Barney.
Palmer drops back to pass. He's there for the catch. He makes a great open field tackle. Johnson gains 7 yards with the catch. That'll make it 2nd down. The Bengals with 4 receivers. Palmer back to throw with the pass. And they get him at the 38. Good yardage that time on the pass.
And that was a little hum baby coming out of there from the quarterback. We've all heard about how strong his arm is, and we saw it there.
Blue 38. Barney, set.
First down, looking to throw. He's pushed out at the 16-yard line. He laid it in there perfectly. That was a well-thrown ball.
And we talk so much about arm strength for the quarterback position, but sometimes you have to be able to put a little touch on it, and that was pretty.
They'll throw on first down. With the throw, he makes another catch. Strong, accurate throw leads to a pretty good gain.
Now, they didn't pick up the first down that time, but you drop back, you make a good throw like that. Now you're in position to try and pick up this first down.
Toss. He doesn't get back to the line. That safety just came flying in there to make the tackle.
It is just so difficult for offensive lines to account for the safety. Typically, that's the one free runner that you have. And if you have a top-flight safety back there that can come in and make those kinds of plays, it really helps your run defense.
Here's the halfback. And they didn't get it. That play was stuffed from the get-go.
And it's not very often that I get really excited about defensive line play, but that time the guys up front on defense were just overpowering.
And he makes it. He put that one right through the upright. And we'll take a quick look at the drive summary. Kicks it off. Welkert from the 7. Brought down at the 34. And they take the field again, looking to capitalize on their previous drive, which resulted in a field goal. The Patriots come out in the ace formation. Little handoff. He's tackled around the 42-yard line. A gain of 8 on the carry. 2nd down and 2 to go. Ball on the 42. Brady is in the shotgun. He has 4 receivers split out wide.
Wide 20. Wide 20. What you doing?
On the ground with a tailback. And he makes it out to about the 44-yard line. That's a 2-yard gain.
As a quarterback, you really want to make that pre-snap read, and it's kind of hard to not see the middle linebacker. He came on the blitz that time, and sometimes you just need to get out of a play like that.
3rd and short, and they'll throw for it. Brings it in. And he's knocked out at the 44-yard line. And a big catch by the tight end.
And I can tell you this, there's nothing the defensive backs hate more than to have one of those big tight ends in the open field running right towards them.
He's under a heavy rush. Defender tips it away. Gaffney was the intended receiver, and he can't bring it in.
Congratulations to the person sitting in Section 3. Row
3 wide
37,
receiver.
Seat 10. You have just won a year's supply of movie rights.
Regular. Let's turn the ball over.
Drops back to pass. Throws out to the right. And he should have had that one. Moss was the intended receiver, but they can't complete the pass. Third down once again. Let's see if they can convert this one. They'll bring the dime backs in.
Wide 20. Let's get on. Wide 20. Hey, let's make some plays.
Looking to throw. With the hard throw out to his right. He's dropped around the 34-yard line. They pick up solid yardage there.
And I love to watch this wide receiver work. He is so patient with his routes. He gets down low into his cuts, and he really understands what the defense is trying to do to take him away, and he is working them over.
Let's go, guys. Come on.
Drops back to pass. And they're coming after him. Jackson was the intended receiver on the play, and it falls incomplete. So they'll face a 2nd and 10. Ball on the 34. The Patriots come out in the ace formation.
Ready. Wide 20. Regular.
Maroney off the left side. He's tackled at the 31. And the halfback carries for a pickup of 3. New England comes to the line with 3 wide.
Ready. Blue 20. Regular. Come on, D. Let's get off the field now.
They might have mistimed the snap on that one.
Better run the fake. Let's just go. Go drive. Go in here.
Full start. Offense.
It'll be 3rd down again after that penalty.
You know, third down football is hard enough in the National Football League, but when you start adding yardage onto it, it gets even tougher.
Hey, let's go now. Clock. Hey, man. Ready. Wide 20. Wide 20. Somebody make a play.
Drops back to pass. Looks down the field. Tips it away. The defender gets a hand on it, and that will bring up 4th down.
I don't know if that's the guy I want to pick on 3rd down when you have to have a conversion. He is tough.
Gets the punt away. It'll go out at the 15-yard line. You have to like it when your punter can pin the ball inside the 20 like that.
Now, this has got to be one of the tougher punts to make here. It's so easy to get a little too much on the kick, sending it into the end zone for a touchback. He did a great job hitting it just right on that one.
Throws the bullet to the left. He gets knocked out of bounds around the 26-yard line. That one worked just as they drew it up.
Good pass, good catch, I agree. Sometimes there's really nothing you can do as a defense to stop a well-executed pass play.
And so at the end of the first quarter, we're all even. First and 10. Ball on their own 26.
Blue 38. Let's keep him back, D. Watch the back. Whoever got the back. Come on, little hard.
Looks to pass. He rolls out to the right. Out of bounds, incomplete. He couldn't get 2 feet in on that one.
Well, that's something receivers work on all the time, dragging that back toe, just unable to do it that time.
Palmer comes up to the line. 3 wide receivers split out wide. Drops back. Makes the pass over the middle. Brought down around the 45-yard line.
There's no question that when you talk about the classic drop-back pocket passers, Carson Palmer is right there at the top of the list with the Peyton Mannings and the Tom Bradys. This guy is just going to get better and better. He is a franchise quarterback that I believe will win multiple Super Bowls before he's done.
Defense closing in. He'll be brought down behind the line of scrimmage. That's a loss of 4 yards.
You got to give the defense a lot of credit on that one. They made a little correction at the line of scrimmage, and they had that play pegged right from the start.
Sets up the play action. And he catches another. Tackled at the 45. He's there for the catch once again. That's number 2 on this offensive possession.
Yeah, you hear all the time about quarterbacks getting into a rhythm, but sometimes a quarterback and a receiver can get into a rhythm where the quarterback begins to look to one guy a little bit more because he feels more comfortable, and I think that's beginning to happen now.
Hallmert hands it off straight ahead. He's dropped around the 42-yard line. That was a tough few yards to pick up.
Running the ball to convert those third and short situations is a bit of a lost art in the game right now. A lot of teams throwing the football there, but not this team. They went back to power football and converted.
Drops back. He throws on the run. Knocks it away. And the defender breaks up the play.
Just great position that time on the defensive side. The receiver really never had a chance on that one.
Single back formation, 3 wide receivers. Pitch out. And he will lose yardage on the play.
Personal foul, face mask, defense.
The defense can't keep giving up yards on penalties like this.
Yeah, it's hard enough in the game today with the rule changes to help the offense to stop an offense anyway, but you can't give away yards.
Johnson on the right side. He's tackled around the 30-yard line. 2-yard pickup.
And you can really see the defensive play calling becoming a little more aggressive now. They're blitzing on passing downs, they'll blitz on run downs, and that can really put a lot of pressure on an offensive line.
He's looking to throw. Goes through his read. Knocked away. And he just managed to get a piece of it. Nice play by the defender.
And as a receiver, you really have to do a better job of coming back to the football at that point. You have to help the quarterback.
Looks to pass. With the pass. There for the catch. Brought down at the 23-yard line. Completed pass gives them a solid gain through the air. They'll wind up just a little short of the marker.
I just don't like the play call there. You have to take a chance to throw the ball beyond the first down marker to give your offense a chance to keep this drive alive. Now you have a really tough decision to make.
And he got plenty of distance on this one. And it splits the uprights. What an excellent kick.
I don't know about you, but I was getting ready to question the coach's decision on that one, giving him an opportunity from that distance. But boy, did he ever make that coach look smart there.
Welkert has it at the 5. Dropped at the 26-yard line. Let's see if the offense can put something together on this drive. First down, 10 to go. Ball on the 26. They line this one up in shotgun. 4 wide receivers are split out in the formation. Run right side. Brought down behind the line. A great defensive effort there.
Did you see how fast that linebacker was on that one? Not only did he recognize it, but when he did recognize it, he had the explosiveness to get there.
Pause. Tackled right around the 32-yard line. They grab 8 yards there.
You know you have a pretty special player at the running back position when, despite the fact that they're run blitzing him now, he can still get out of there and still come up with a nice gain.
Back to throw. The pass is away, and they get him at the 37. And that will be enough for the first down.
You know, it really wasn't a horrible call that time by the defense, but anytime you have to try and stop an offense like this in those medium yardage situations, you really have to come up in the coverage.
He looks to throw on first down. Throws on the run. And it's tipped away. Welkert wasn't able to bring it in. Incomplete pass on the play. 6 DBs in the lineup.
Let's go. Blue 20. Blue 20. Overwatch, red man. Alert one, alert one, alert one. Here comes one.
Back to throw. Scans the field. Catch is made. He's brought down at the 42.
Tom Brady is a guy who just has everything you look for at the quarterback position. He's smart, he has all the intangibles, he can make all the throws, and obviously he's a winner. No doubt about it, this guy's a future Hall of Famer.
Little handoff. He's dropped at about the 39-yard line, and a pickup of about 2. That'll bring up 2nd down. They line up at the 40. Nickelback is in on this play.
Ready. Blue 20. Blue. Regular. Toby 32. Toby 32.
Back to pass. He throws right. The defender gets him to the ground.
Tom Brady has proven to be one of the most productive quarterbacks in the league and in league history. Sure, you've got some other guys in the league that you can argue maybe this guy's better, that guy's better. But when you look at this guy's career, he is clearly one of the best ever.
Tosses it out. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Maroney Trent gets 6 yards after getting the toss. It's 2nd and 4. Ball on the 20-yard line. Brady steps to the line of scrimmage. They'll come out in the single back formation. Brady looking to throw. Flips it out short. He's brought down around the 12-yard line. And a nice pass to the tight end.
So much of the game today revolves around those substitution packages, trying to bring extra defensive backs on the field to try and help against the pass. But when you have a big receiving tight end, that really makes that plan awfully tough to execute.
Drops back. Short throw to the right. And they get him at about the 5-yard line. About 6 yards on the play. That'll make it 2nd down. 2nd and 4 coming up here. Ball on the 6-yard line. Maroney, the lone back.
Ready. Blue 20. Blue 20. Come on, G. Get off, baby. Get off.
Brought down at the 4. 2-yard pickup, and so it'll be 3rd down. That brings up another 3rd down attempt. Maroney does the deep back as they line up in the I. New England sends a man in motion. Surveys the field. Can't hit it. Evans wasn't able to bring it in. Incomplete pass on the play. 4th down. They'll line this up, and it will be about a 21-yarder. Kick is up, and right down the middle. Here's a quick look at the drive summary. The kick. Holt from the 4. Hit and dropped at the 28-yard line. So as the offense heads back onto the field, we'll take this time to remind you that our game is brought to you by EA Sports. If it's in the game, it's in the game.
Blue 38. Blue 38. Hey, we're talking about bringing.
Palmer dropping back. Throws while on the run. Tackled right around the 38-yard line. Nice job by the quarterback to hit the tight end for a decent gain.
You know, tight ends may not come up with those real explosive plays down the field all the time, but they sure are a nice target for the quarterback.
They'll throw on 1st down. Andy has been his go-to guy on the drive.
Carson Palmer is one of those guys that I think has a chance to be the very best quarterback in the league. Superior arm strength, a great leader. That knee injury set him back for a little while, but you can tell now he's getting back to form and is just playing great football.
On the ground with a tailback. He's tackled at the 41-yard line. Johnson gets 3 yards on the play. 2nd and 7. Palmer is in the gun. 4 wide receivers this time.
Blue 11. Blue 11.
Palmer looking to pass. Throws to his right. He threw that one right into coverage.
Well, you can't just stare down one receiver on a play like that. The defense is going to be all over it. He was lucky he didn't get picked off there.
Blue 38. Blue 38. Barney, set.
Back to throw. Looking for a receiver. Makes the reception. He's brought down around the 21-yard line. Good pickup by the receiver.
And we've always talked about this receiver's big play ability. He may not be the fastest guy in the league, but you can tell he wants the ball in his hands in big situations.
Drops back to pass. He throws left. Comes down with it. And they get him at the 12. Nice grab on the play, his 2nd catch of the drive.
Yeah, and I'm going to expect to see a lot more passes to this guy. He's a good receiver. He's talented. He can make the catch and get upfield. But more importantly right now, this defense is creating some opportunities for him to catch the ball.
Completed. He's tackled at the 9. Good call to not force anything downfield.
Yeah, the defense had that pretty well covered, but the quarterback made a smart decision, dumped it out of there, and picked up the first down.
Palmer lines up under center. Single set backfield this time. And they'll run him again. Stiff arms, and the defender still makes the tackle. There was no way that defensive end was letting him go by.
Really impressive play that time by this defensive line. It wasn't just one guy, but every guy up front just dominating their guy at the point of attack.
They'll go with the run once again. Tackled around the 6-yard line. 4-yard gain, and that makes it 3rd down. The Patriots line up with a nickelback. They hand it off. And he makes it out to about the 5-yard line. And that will bring up a 4th down.
Well, that's just a big run stop right there. You have a very proud defensive line that was just going to take control of that situation.
The snap, set down, the kick is up.
Is good.
And here's your drive summary for that last series. Kicks it off. Hobbs fields it at the goal line. He's tackled at the 33-yard line. The offense was only able to muster a field goal on their last drive. We'll see what they do with this possession. Brady is in the shotgun. 4 wide receivers.
Ready. Blue 20. Blue 20. Stay in your lane.
Gives it off. Dropped behind the line, and they were not able to get much there.
And so many times you hear offensive coordinators criticized because they don't try to run the football enough. Well, when you get stuffed in the backfield like that, you understand why they would rather call the pass play.
And he caught it, and he dropped him in the open field. They hook up for a pretty good gain on that one. Nice pass.
Yeah, good pass and good confidence by the quarterback there. He saw the opening. He knew there was a spot that he could get that in there, but you could see he had the confidence to let this receiver make a play, and that's really what pro football is all about.
Makes the catch. Brought down at the 46-yard line. A good play fake that time.
It really was. I didn't see it. I thought it was a run play. He pulled it out of there and came up with a nice gain.
Wide 20. Wide 20.
Setting up play action. He throws it. He's brought down at about the 35-yard line.
Personal foul, face mask, defense.
And the defense gives up some free yards to the offense.
I always thought a defensive penalty was so much more deflating than an offensive penalty because on offense you have a chance to make up for it. On defense, a lot of times it's big yardage and automatic first downs.
Let's get it right here. Regular.
Brady goes with the play fake. And it's completed. Pretty nice throw on that play.
And a pretty good catch on the other end, too. That's one of those plays that's quickly becoming one of the staples in this offensive passing attack.
There we go. Hey, we got to watch the ball, y'all. Come on, D.
Maroney gets the handoff to the right. They tackle him for a loss. This defense is definitely not afraid to use their safeties in run support.
And as a quarterback, you have to start to recognize that. You just can't allow that safety to keep sniffing around that eighth man in the box and not throw the football. Essentially, they're daring this offense to throw it, and they're not taking advantage.
Keep your head, baby. Keep your head. King's right.
Blue 20.
Blue
Blue
20.
20.
Regular. Pony. Hey, combo. Let's go, D.
He drops back. Looks for a man open. And it's intercepted by the backer. Well, he looked like he was in the right place at the right time.
Unless you're the quarterback, then he was in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Cincinnati uses motion. Back to pass. Throws it short. He's dropped at the 30. And that pass was moving.
Yeah, and it's not that quarterbacks without strong arms can't make it in this league. But boy, it sure is an asset to have a guy with a cannon like that.
They'll throw on first down. He throws short. Brewski picks it off. And they get him at the 31. The defense now has 2 interceptions in the game.
It's amazing how much quicker defensive backs look to me on the field today than, say, 20, 25 years ago when I played. I think it was 25 years ago. It feels like about 105 years ago. But they have some great athletes out there right now.
Drops back on first down. With the catch. He gets knocked out of bounds around the 15-yard line. Excellent pass by the quarterback on that play.
I'm really enjoying watching the timing between this receiver and the quarterback. We're seeing a well-schooled offense now going to work.
Regular. Let's go. Come on.
He's tackled at the 14. That's a 1-yard pickup.
And they really ran right into the blitz. That's a time that a veteran quarterback should have changed the play at the line of scrimmage. You could see the blitz coming. He didn't audible and only came away with a short gain.
He drops back. The defense has him surrounded. The defender got to him just as he threw the ball.
And even though that one doesn't go down as a sack, that's one of those that the quarterback remembers and probably rushes him just a little bit on the next throw.
Blue 20. Blue 20.
Now. Come on.
Drops back to pass. On the run, he throws it. And he dropped it. Watson was unable to make the catch on that pass attempt. It's 4th down. They'll line up the field goal unit here. This one is from 31 yards out. Here's the kick. He drilled the upright, and it's good. And now we'll take a quick look at the drive summary. The kick. He'll return it from the 3. Big hit there to bring him down. On his last drive, the quarterback completed a pass, but to the other team. Throwing another one could be disastrous to this offense. Johnson is the single setback.
Blue 38.
He looks to throw on first down. He rolls right. And they get him at the 33. Excellent designed rollout there that led to the completed pass.
Hey, no need to force it. He just took what the defense gave him there, found the open man, and picked up a few yards.
He catches another. He's dropped at midfield.
You know, TJ Houshmandzadeh is not what we call one of those big play threats, a deep threat kind of a guy, but I've watched him a lot over the years, and this guy makes more big plays than you think, because when the ball is in the air, he thinks it's his. He is a strong, physical guy that goes up and makes plays.
UTEC motions to the left side. He drops back, gets rid of the ball. Brought down around the 42-yard line. Nothing wrong with that pass. It goes for a good gain.
You know, and when you talk to some of these receivers, they say the real strength of this quarterback is that he throws a very, very catchable ball.
Third down, a couple of yards for the first. Ball on the 42-yard line. Looking for an open man. Dumps it out left. And the pass is knocked away. The pass is incomplete. They could not convert on third down. What do you think, Chris? Punt it here or go for the field goal?
I don't know. I've been watching this coach for a long time. I think he may think about going for it here.
He gets it away. Into the end zone for a touchback. They had to settle for a field goal on their last drive. They take the field again, looking to put up another score.
Wide 20. Wide 20.
Clock. Empty. Regular. Come on, y'all, watch those quick.
Gives it off. And they get him at the 24-yard line. Maroney gains about 4 yards on the play. The first half comes to a close with our score all tied up. Kicks it off. He'll take it from the 2. He's hammered at the 29-yard line. So before the offense hits the field, let's take the time to let you know that our game is brought to you by EA Sports.
Let's get it. Get him blocked. Set. Blue 11. Hold on. Come on, let's go.
Dumps it out right. Tackled at the 37. So they pick up quite a few yards on that play.
Yeah, really a nice route that time. One of the keys to playing wide receiver is the ability to not only get into cuts, but to get out of the cuts. That time, very explosive coming out of that cut, and it made the difference.
Looking to throw. Passes it out. He's brought down around the 39-yard line. They just couldn't get to the quarterback in time.
It's one of the dangers. You bring those extra defenders trying to get after the quarterback, and you're going to leave some man coverage on the outside. That time the quarterback able to take advantage.
Drops back on first down. Passes it. It's completed. Knocked out of bounds around the 30-yard line. Another fine pass and catch on that play.
I know we all talk about 40-yard dash times in the NFL, but as a receiver, if you are a great route runner and you understand what the defenses are trying to do to you, it doesn't matter if you run a 4.3 40. If you can get in and out of your cuts like this guy, you will always be able to play.
First and 10. Ball on the 18. Cincinnati lines up with 3 receivers in the shotgun formation. He's looking to throw. Gets the throw away. Tipped away. Houshmandzadeh was the intended receiver on the play, and it falls incomplete. They'll face second down and 10. Ball on the 18-yard line. He drops back to pass. Rifles it across the middle. They finally get him, and it looked like he would score, but instead they'll set it up with first and goal. They'll set up inside the 5. Ball on the 4-yard line. Hands it off. Cuts back, and he's dropped. A gain of a yard, if anything, on the run. They come out in a nickel.
Come on, D, let's get off the field now.
He'll try the end zone. Can't make the catch in traffic. He tried to force that one in.
He's one of those quarterbacks who trusts his arm maybe a little bit too much. He should have never thrown that ball.
He drops back to pass. Makes the throw out to his left. And it's caught. Touchdown.
Boy, there aren't many quarterbacks in the NFL that I'd take ahead of Carson Palmer. When this guy sees an open receiver and he decides to cut it loose, it gets in there so fast. I think he is an incredible talent.
So they're ready for the extra point. Extra point is good. And we'll take a quick look at the drive summary. He kicks it from the 5-yard line. Brought down at the 24-yard line. Once again, we'll take this opportunity to remind you that this game is brought to you by the fine folks at EA Sports. Cincinnati brings in their nickel package.
Ready. Blue 20. Blue 20.
Looks to pass. Rolls right. Now he's scrambling. And the pass falls incomplete. They can't complete the pass, and now the offense will be looking at second down from their own 24-yard line.
Come on now.
Cincinnati comes out defensively with 6 defensive backs.
Wide 20. Wide 20.
He's looking to throw. Passes. Dropped an easy one. Welkert was his intended target on that one, but they can't complete the pass. 3rd and 10. Ball on their own 24. Brady is in the gun. 3 wide receivers.
Blue 20. Blue 20.
Come on now.
Looks to pass. Looking for a receiver. Broken up. Moss was the intended receiver, and he can't bring it in.
4th down.
Chapman back to return it. Gets the punt away. Chapman fields it at the 40. Brought down at the 45. Seems like the coverage broke down a bit on that one.
I thought they had him pretty well contained on that play, but he did find a small crack in the coverage, got it up the field. They were lucky they got hold of him. He could have broken that one off.
They'll throw on 1st down. He throws on the run. And they get him at the 43-yard line. And that one will go for a first.
And really top-notch quarterbacks know how to throw a football in there without leading his receiver into trouble. That was a great throw.
He drops back. He throws a bullet out to his right. And they can't connect. Johnson was his intended target on that one, but they can't complete the pass.
Setting in, section 25, row 22.
Single back formation.
Just won a 19-inch HD flat panel display for home or office.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
Palmer back to throw. He throws right. It's there for the catch. Pretty nice pickup on the pass that time.
That's simply good design and execution on the pattern. They work hard all week in practice to make sure that on game day they have that timing down perfectly.
Blue 11, blue 11. Watch the switch.
Watson gets the handoff to the right. He's tackled at about the 35-yard line. So they tried to push it ahead, but the defense stopped them short first down.
Looked like one of those old-fashioned rugby scrums there. A lot of big bodies piled together and nowhere for the running back to go.
Kick is up, and he got all of this one. Right down the middle. Well, that one looked like it was going wide, but it barely made it in.
That one just made it inside the upright. That's one where you see the field goal kicker going, but he got it.
Fielded at the 4. They get him at the 30. So as the offense heads back onto the field, we'll take this time to remind you that our game is brought to you by EA Sports. If it's in the game, it's in the game.
Ready. Wide. 20. What?
Maroney on the handoff. He's brought down at the 32-yard line. Maroney gains about 2 yards on the run.
That was a big shot right there. You talk about getting your bell rung. That was the Liberty Bell ringing that time.
Watson comes in motion.
20.
Let the hook it. Let the hook it. Ringo.
Brady looking to pass. The pocket is collapsing. Hall bats it down. An excellent job by the defense of disrupting that last play.
And that was really on the wide receiver. Not much of a route, very little separation, and gave the defense a chance to make that play.
Tango off the top. Tango off the top.
Ready. Wide. 20. Wide. 20.
Looking to throw. Strong throw to his left. He's dropped around the 43-yard line. On 3rd and long, they get the first down, but it was close.
That's just great offense right there. Anytime you have a 3rd and long situation and you can execute a play like that for a first down, I don't care how close it is still 1st and 10.
Brady drops back to pass. Tipped pass. Welkert was the intended receiver on the play, and it falls incomplete. 2nd down, 10 yards to go. Ball on their own 43. Brady comes up to the line. 3 wide receivers split out wide.
Wide. 20. Wide. 20.
Back to pass. Short pass to his left. Out of bounds at the 39-yard line. Looks to be a loss of around 3 or so on the play. That'll make it 3rd down.
Ready. Blue 20. Blue 20.
He drops back. All kinds of pressure. Brady is going to be sacked for a loss. So I have to ask, what happened on this play?
You know, it's difficult for an offense and an offense's ego to admit that you can't block somebody, but there are certain guys in the league that you just have to commit more people to block, and don't let it bother you. You've got to protect your quarterback.
Gets the punt away. Chapman takes it at the 28. He's brought down at the 31. He's only able to muster a few yards out of the return.
Yeah, that's not the most impressive return I've ever seen, but at least he didn't lose any yardage. He didn't fumble the football. At least your punt return man's not getting you beat in this game.
He looks to throw on 1st down. Throws on the run. Drops the sure pick. What an effort out there. He just got his hands in there and broke it up.
I love watching the closing speed of this defense. When they see the ball, they go get it.
Blue 11. Blue 11.
Short pass. He's dropped for a loss. They lose a couple there.
He did a great job of keeping containment there. There just wasn't anywhere to go on that one.
Palmer is in the shotgun. 4 wide receivers this time.
Blue 38. Blue 38.
Looking to throw. Passes the ball. It's broken up. The defender got there in time to break that play up.
He did. He was able to get his hands on the ball, but if he had missed that one might have turned into a really big play.
Larson is the punter. Gets the punt away. Welker takes it at the 32. He's dropped at the 40. Not a bad return there.
That was really a good effort. There wasn't a ton of room for him to run, but he was able to get up the field, get a few yards. You never get upset with a punt return guy like that. It wasn't spectacular, but he got the job done.
Let's go right.
Back to pass. Scans the field. Fires it over the middle. Brought down right around the 44-yard line. Nice pass and catch on that play that gets them a lot closer.
Yep, and that's really just the way they drew that one up. You take what the defense gives, looking to move the ball efficiently downfield with intermediate passes.
Blue 20.
No, you're good.
Back to throw. Throws while on the run. Tackled around the 48-yard line. He gunned that one in there for the first down, didn't he?
He really did, and when you watch a guy throw a ball that hard, they don't move their arm any faster. You see him driving off that back leg. That was a pretty pass.
Drops back on first down. Looks down the field. Knocked down. Moss was the intended receiver, but the pass fell incomplete. Second down, 10 yards to go. Brady is in the shotgun. 3 receivers wide this time.
Blue 20. Blue 20.
Brady sends a man in motion.
Hey, come on.
Looks to pass. Short throw to the left. He's dropped at the 41-yard line. Nice little pickup on that pass pattern.
And I really shouldn't feel this way, but I get a little nervous every time this guy goes up to make a catch, because he's had a little bit of a history of dropping some balls, but today doing a nice job hanging on and a big play there.
Pollard was pretty well covered and couldn't make the catch. Pollard was unable to make the catch on that pass attempt. Hansen can pin them deep in their own territory with a good punt here. He gets it away. So this one goes into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. The offense takes the field, and we'll see if they can put something together after their last drive ended with a 3 and out. Give to the tailback. He's going to be tackled for a loss. I don't think the offense expected the safety to come up on the ball like that.
Well, the safeties are going to attack the line of scrimmage against the run, but you just don't expect them to get there so soon that they're going to make the tackle in the backfield.
Here's the halfback. He lost yardage on the play. That'll be a 2-yard loss. That'll bring up third down. Third down and 13 to go. Ball on the 17. Palmer lines up in the shotgun. He has 3 receivers. Drops back to pass. He throws it. Webster knocks it down. And the pass was knocked away at the last minute.
Well, at the end of the game, you go back and you basically say what happened on third down, and you have a pretty good indication of how that game came out. Good play by the defense.
He punts it. Welker takes it at the 45. Brought down at the 41-yard line.
Personal foul, face mask, defense. First down.
From the 28-yard line. The Patriots come out in a single back formation.
Blue 20. Blue 20.
King's right.
They'll throw on first down. Rifles it out there. He's in. Touchdown. Beautiful run. When he turns it on, nobody's going to get it.
This guy has to be one of the most exciting players in all the NFL. When he gets his hands on the ball in the open field, he is just so electric.
They'll try to get within a field goal on this attempt. Extra point is good. Kicks it off. Fielded at the 4. Hit and dropped at the 33. The offense takes the field, hoping to put something together after their last drive ended in a 3-and-out. Johnson lines up as the single back. Here's the give. He's brought down at the 35. Gain of 2.
And Tom, that was because the defense filled up all the gaps. The back was looking for somewhere to run, but by bringing the run blitz, they took away all the holes and stopped them for a minimal gain.
Throws it short. And they get him at the 38. He just couldn't make anything happen after bringing that one in.
And that play is really all about the closing speed on defense. They'll let you have the completion, but then they close quickly and make the play.
Looking to throw. Goes through his read. Just can't find the range on that one. We'll probably see the punt unit here as that incompletion brings up 4th down. So, it's 4th down. Looks like they'll kick it away here. Punts it. Welker fields it at the 22. Brought down at the 31. So, before the offense hits the field, let's take the time to let you know that our game is brought to you by EA Sports. The Patriots go with the I formation. Brady calls for motion right.
Regular. Hey, watch the screen. Hey, go.
First down, looking to throw. And he catches it. He laid that one up there, and the receiver leapt up and grabbed it.
Tom, you've called a lot of basketball games in your day. That looked like a big rebound, didn't it? One of those big guys inside just going up and snatching that one.
Blue 20. Blue 20.
Looks to pass. And it's caught. Tackled at the 43-yard line. Nice job getting that pass out of there, and he picks up the first down.
Yeah, smart play call that time by the offense. He could tell by the pre-snap read that short throw was going to be there, and he took advantage.
There's a play fake. Pass is complete. He's dropped right around the 38-yard line. What happened there, Chris?
Well, they got caught in man-to-man coverage on that play, and I couldn't tell if the defender slipped a little bit or not. Maybe he just got beat on the play.
Regular. Here we go. Right.
Pitch out. Brought down at the 32-yard line. The ball carrier gives them 6 yards on the ground. It's 2nd and 4. The defense lines up in a dime.
Wide 20. Wide 20.
Play action. Makes the catch. He's brought down at the 24-yard line. Great time for that type of pass. It worked to perfection.
And that was a nice job by the offensive line, allowing the quarterback enough time to survey the field and find the open guy.
Drops back. Throws it out. Makes the grab. And they get him at the 12. You just can't let him get the ball, can you? That reception put him over 100 yards.
And this receiver just looks so confident catching the football. You know, if you really believe in your hands, it gives your eyes a chance to look away and try to make some runs after the catch. This guy knows he's going to make every catch and do it solidly.
And he will lose yardage on the play. Tried to go off tackle, but the defense was waiting right there.
A lot of defensive coordinators really believe in trying to take away the inside gaps and force the back to bounce to the outside, believing that in this league, in this day and age, there's too much speed to really be effective going outside.
Right through his hands, he almost had the pick. Moss was unable to make the catch on that pass attempt. 3rd down, they'll need 14 to convert. And this is the 9th play of the current drive.
Ready. Regular.
Brady drops to throw. On the run, he throws it. He's tackled at the 3. They complete the pass on 3rd and long, but they'll end up short of the marker.
You can see the confidence level of this defense. They know they can make open field tackles, and that's probably one of the great lost arts in the game. The ability to make the tackle in the open field and stop them short of the first down. Good play defensively there.
Here's a quick look at the drive summary. He kicks it. He'll return it from the 3. And he gets brought down hard. Their last drive ended with a 3 and out. They'll go to work at the 31. 1st and 10. Only one man back.
Hold on. Left.
The halfback with the carry. He fights forward to about the 33. 2-yard gain. That'll bring up 2nd down. Single set backfield.
Blue 30 up, sir. Watch the fake. No, you're good.
Let's go.
He'll get the call again. Brought down right around the 34-yard line. That's a 2-yard gain.
Nice call there by the defensive coordinator, coming with the outside linebacker blitz, which really put some pressure on this group up front.
And the ref blows this one dead.
False start, offense.
And we'll replay 3rd down.
And the quarterback's thinking, thanks a lot, guys. Now we have some heavy-duty lifting to do.
He's looking to throw. Gets the pass away. It's intercepted. To the 20. To the 10. Makes a move and he's in. Touchdown. And that was the worst possible place to throw that ball.
Yeah, especially because that guy was playing defense, and that guy not only will pick you off, but he'll put points on the board. What a play.
They come on the field to attempt the extra point. Point after is good. New England is up a score. He kicks it off. Fielded at the 4. Hit and dropped at the 30. Once again, we'll take this opportunity to remind you that this game is brought to you by the fine folks at EA Sports. He drops back. Throws right. Nearly picked off. He should have had that one. What a play by the defender.
And the quarterback really caught a break on that one, that wasn't intercepted.
Cincinnati goes with the ace set here.
Barney. Blue 38. Blue 38. Left.
They keep it on the ground with the tailback. And they get him at the 31. Johnson picks up a yard on the play. From their own 31-yard line. Watson is the single setback. Palmer sends a man in motion. Looks to pass. Rifles this one out to the middle. He's tackled at about the 47-yard line. That pass is good for a 1st down.
And he had some zip on that one, didn't he? He reared back and threw that one about as hard as he could.
Cincinnati sets up in the I. They'll go with the run once again. He gets out to about the 48-yard line. A gain of a yard, if anything, on the run. And so with 3 in the books, we're locked in a tight one. Our score, the Patriots 26, the Bengals 19. Palmer is under center. He has 3 receivers. Johnson on the handoff. He's hammered in the backfield. Tried the run, but there was nothing available.
And if you can make a running back hesitate just a little, that time you could see there really was no hole, and the running back was just fishing for a place to go.
Looking to throw. Looks for a man open. And he should have had that one. The defender was able to get a hand on it.
And really, that came as a result of pretty physical play at the line of scrimmage. They're banging these guys around and not letting them get into their routes.
Gets the punt away. And they make the fair catch. So as the offense heads back onto the field, we'll take this time to remind you that our game is brought to you by EA Sports. If it's in the game, it's in the game.
Ready! Blue 20! Blue 20!
Don't give him a yard. Stay inside right here.
He drops back to pass. Short throw to the right. He's brought down at the 21-yard line. Picked up 9 on the play. Second and short coming up here. Ball on the 21. They're in the shotgun with 3 wide receivers.
Ready! Wide!
The Patriots use motion.
Watch the run.
Back to throw. He passes short. He's dropped around the 33-yard line. That pass put him over 300 yards for the game.
And what's really impressed me has been his accuracy. He's been squeezing the ball into some tight situations all game. His accuracy has just been tremendous.
20! Blue 20! Hey, back. See him.
Guns it to the middle. Tackled at about the 47-yard line. The defense was looking run, and they threw it for a big gain.
Well, when you have a talented running back like this, you always have to account for him. That time, a nice play-action pass opened it up down the field.
Wide 20!
The halfback with the carry. Brought down at the 46-yard line. That's a nice 6-yard gain. That brings up second down. Second and 4 now. Ball on the 46-yard line. Brady is in the shotgun. 3 wide receivers this time.
Ready! Blue 20! Blue 20!
Come on, D, let's get off the field now.
Looking for a receiver. Brings this one in. He gets knocked out of bounds at about the 37-yard line. Not a bad pickup that time.
Yeah, the defense came with pressure, but they couldn't quite get to the quarterback, and they paid a price. He got it out of there, picked up a nice gain.
Come on, D.
Wide 20! Wide 20!
Let's go. Keep playing.
Brady hands it off. And they get him right around the 36-yard line. Maroney gains about a yard on the play. Second down and 9 to go. Ball on the 37-yard line. Offset I formation in the backfield.
Ready! Blue 20! Blue 20!
Maroney on the handoff. Tackled right around the 34-yard line. Maroney picks up a yard on the play. That'll bring up third down with 8 yards to go. This is the 8th play of this drive.
Wide 20!
Evans, the ball carrier. He's dropped around the 33-yard line. Got a couple, but will still be short of the marker.
Great play by the defense. You always hear coaches talking about whoever gets lower. Get your pad level lower than the offensive lineman. That time this defensive line did exactly that.
Punts it. It'll go out at the 11. They were forced to punt on their last drive. Cincinnati goes with the ace set here. Cincinnati motions right. Drops back on first down. Almost picked. A great play by the defense to knock the ball away.
And these defenders have been close all day. You better be careful if you're the quarterback. One of those is going to turn into an interception.
The Bengals come out in the ace formation. Hands it to the back. Brought down at the 12. Didn't get much, and so it'll be third down. Quarterback is in the gun. He has 3 receivers in the formation. Palmer calls for motion right. Drops back. Rockets it out. And it's picked. To the 10. And they get him at the 6. He steps up and makes the big turnover.
Tremendous play by the defense there, but let's face it, that is a turnover that this quarterback is going to have to live with for several weeks to come.
New England hoping to go up 2 touchdowns here. They're crowding the line. Here's the give. Dropped behind the line. The defense just ate up that play.
Well, those defenders get paid too, and every once in a while they win the battle. Clearly that time they were all over this offensive line.
Brady back to throw. Looking for an open man. Hit him in the hands, but he can't hang on. Probably not the best place to try to squeeze the ball into.
Yeah, I think he would have needed a jackhammer to get that one in there. That was tight coverage.
Blue 20.
Back to pass. Dumps it out left. He brings it in. Touchdown. Brady found the weakness in the defense and made them pay. And here's the extra point. It's good. Over 10 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter, and our score, the Patriots 33, the Bengals 19. The kick. Hit and dropped at the 30. It'll be interesting to see how this quarterback reacts after throwing an interception on his last drive. They line up with 1 running back in the backfield, 3 wide. Here's the give. Tackled at the 31. 1 yard on the play.
Well, that time the outside linebacker came on the run blitz. They got some penetration and shut down the play.
The backfield is in the offset I formation. Drops back to pass. He needs to get rid of it. And he's knocked out at the 50. Great pickup for the first on that one.
And really what makes NFL football so special is the ability of these quarterbacks to throw it and these great receivers to catch it. That's just fun to watch.
First down, looking to throw. Pass completed. He gets knocked out of bounds at the 47-yard line. Looks like about a loss of 3 on that one.
I don't think they fooled anybody on the defense with that one. They were just sitting out there waiting for it, and that's a loss.
Palmer sends a man in motion. He drops back. And they're coming after him. He makes another reception on the drive. That's the arm strength we've been talking about all week.
And you know the amazing thing about this guy, we all talk about his arm strength, but did you see how fluid that delivery was? He didn't even look like he was trying to throw it hard.
Palmer has completed every pass on this drive. Still good on the drive. The defense didn't have a chance on that one. Great throw that time.
Yeah, really not much a defense can do when you get a guy that can throw the football like that. You know, you get yourselves in position defensively, you think you're in the right spot, you're going to make a play, and a guy makes a throw like that and you go, hey, that's a good throw.
There's a play fake. He throws right. Brought down at the 16. Good yardage that time on the pass.
And how'd you like that throw by the quarterback? A little touch, a little lob in over the top, like an alley-oop in basketball.
Gets the throw off. They'll score. Touchdown. And that was a nice connection for the score.
Just a great route that time. No way that he wasn't going to catch that football and score with that one. That was beautiful.
Here's the point after. It's good. And here's your drive summary for that last series. Not a bad kick. He'll take it from the 2. Won't be stopped. He's tackled at the 32-yard line. Their last drive ended in a touchdown, and they take the field again, hoping for a similar result. The Bengals bring in the nickel package.
Ready.
Man in motion.
Wide 20. Wide 20.
First down, looking to throw. Just clanked right off his hand. Welker wasn't able to bring it in. Incomplete pass on the play.
Such as priority seating on the club level.
4 wideouts this time. Brady sends a man in motion.
Ask for more details today.
Maroney off the left side. He's brought down around the 32-yard line. Maybe a yard on the run by the halfback. The Bengals line up with a nickelback. Scans the field. Joseph gets the pick. To the 20, to the 10. And he scores. What a play! Great play by the defender. He was able to take it for 6.
You know, some defensive players, you don't want to throw it in their zone because it might get intercepted. Some guys, you absolutely don't want to throw it there because they can turn it into a touchdown going the other way.
This kick should knot things up. Point after is good. So with over 7 minutes left here in the fourth quarter, our score, the Bengals 33, the Patriots 33. Hobbs from the 4. He's still going. He gets knocked out of bounds at the 25. The quarterback threw a pick on their last drive. Let's see if he's able to shake it off. Maroney lines up as the single back. New England sends a man in motion to the left. Play fake. He wasn't set when he threw. Broken up. Moss was the intended receiver, and he can't bring it in. Second down now with 10 to go. Ball on the 25-yard line. Brady is under center. They'll line up in single back.
Wide 20. Regular. Left call.
Brady hands it off. He didn't get back to the line. Looked for a seam, but he wasn't able to find anything.
And let's give credit to the defense. They had a great push there. They got in the backfield, took control of their own gaps.
Blue 20. Blue 20. Fargo.
Setting up play action. It falls incomplete. Moss was unable to make the catch on that pass attempt. It's 4th down. The punt team is on the field looking to kick this one away. He gets it away. Chapman fields it at the 40. He's tackled at the 48-yard line. And that return should set this offense up nicely.
He did a good job there finding a seam and getting up the field. You know, a lot of people don't realize that being a punt returner or a kick returner is one of the toughest jobs in the NFL. There's a whole lot of things that could go wrong and only a few that can really go right.
Looks to pass. He throws on the run. And they get him at the 45. Gain of 7 through the air on that play. They'll need about 3 yards here on 2nd down. Cincinnati lines up in the offset eye this time. He's looking to throw. Gets it off. Oh, and he dropped it. Ushmanzadeh was the intended receiver, and he can't bring it in. The offense needs about 3 yards to get the first here on 3rd down. Cincinnati lines up in the offset eye this time. Nice play fake. Dumps it out right. Tackled around the 34-yard line. He's simply putting on a passing clinic out there.
Yeah, and this defense should have to pay for admission to this clinic because I tell you what, he is teaching them a thing or two about playing offensive football. No matter what this defense does to try to stop them, they simply cannot.
Back to throw. Looks down the field. There for the reception. Hit and drop behind the line. They lose 4 on that one.
Well, that gets a little embarrassing. Anytime you spend all week working on a play and it comes out like that, give the defense a little credit, but that was bad.
Looking to throw. Right through his hands. He almost had the pick. The quarterback's just relieved that one wasn't picked off.
You're right, Tom. He knows he just got away with one there. That's a ball he should have never thrown.
Back to pass. Gets the pass off. He's brought down right around the 26-yard line. The 3rd down pass got them good yardage, but not quite enough to convert.
Yeah, that was a tough 3rd down situation. They got the good completion, a good gain on the play, but probably asking too much out of the receiver to try and break that many tackles to pick up that 1st down.
And he got plenty of distance on this one. He's got it. I had my doubts about that kick.
Yeah, he just squeezed that one in there, didn't he? I'm sure he's going to be exhaling for about the next 30 seconds.
Kicks it off. From his own goal line. He can't bring him down. He's tackled at the 27. The defense played exceptionally well the last time this offense had the ball. And they'll line this one up with 2 tight ends. They go with the run. Brought down at the 33. The ball carrier gives them 6 yards on the ground. So 2nd down now. The offense needs about 4 for the first.
Hard count, hard count. Now. Regular. Grace line.
Back to pass. He needs to get the pass off. He steps out right around the 40-yard line. You can tell these guys practice that play quite a bit.
Yeah, I can remember hearing stories about old-time players in the NFL that literally they could go out in the pitch black and make throws and catches without really even seeing the ball. That's the kind of timing we're seeing today.
Drops back on first down. Surveys the field. He's there for the catch. And he's out right around the 38-yard line. Looks to be a loss of about 2 on the play.
He just couldn't make anything happen after he brought it in. Good job by the defense.
Blue 20. Blue 20.
Close right. Got you. Keep playing, fellas.
They hand it off again. He's brought down around the 45-yard line. Maroney gains about 5 yards on the run. Falk, the lone back. Brady calls for motion left. On play action. Brings it in. He's tackled at the 44-yard line. A decent gain there on that pass.
Yeah, a little timing route there, and you really have to have faith as a quarterback to get that ball out of your hand quickly if you're going to play with that kind of touch on the ball.
Blue 20.
Fakes the run. He tries to scramble. Still perfect on the drive. A good play to the tight end that time.
And tight ends are so big that as coverage people, it's tough to figure out how to defend them. If you're on their left side, they throw it to their right side. If you're behind them, they throw it in front. Tight ends are tough to cover.
Wide 20. Wide 20.
It's the tailback. Tackled at the 19. 4-yard gain by the back. From the 19-yard line.
Stay inside right here.
2 tight end formation this time.
Ready.
Watson takes off in motion.
Blue 20.
He needs to get rid of it. There for the catch. Finally make the tackle, and it will be first and goal. He shows no hesitation and gets it in there to get the first down.
Yeah, you wouldn't hesitate either if you were standing back there in the pocket. I say the heck with it. Get it out of there fast. Let somebody else handle it for a little while.
Here's the give. Brought down at about the 3-yard line. 2 minutes left in the ball game. They line it up at the 4-yard line. The defense sets up in the nickel.
Blue 20. Blue 20.
Brady drops to throw. Catch is made. Touchdown, and they take the lead. There's another scoring strike through the air. That's his 3rd TD pass of the game.
One of the things I like watching about this quarterback is you can tell that he studies. You can tell that when the defense gives him certain options on certain plays, he knows how to exploit them. We've seen that today.
The kick is up. Point after is good. And now we'll take a quick look at the drive summary. He kicks it from the 5-yard line. Dropped at the 29-yard line. This is obviously a big possession. They have to get the ball in the end zone right here.
Well, this is it, their last opportunity. The one positive part of this for the offense, though, is that everything becomes 4-down territory. So typically on offense you get 3 downs. Now you get 4.
First down, looking to throw. Makes the reception. And he's drilled at the 40. He made the right read on that pass.
Nice play that time by the quarterback. You know, we talk about progressions and going from one receiver to the next, but this quarterback is doing a great job in the pre-snap read, knowing who the first guy will be and getting him the football.
Short pass to his left. And he made a great open field tackle. They won't huddle here as they try to speed things up. Offset I formation in the backfield. Cincinnati using an audible. He drops back. Throws it. Picked off. He's dropped at the 33, and they really could have done without that.
Just when you started to think this offense was starting to find themselves, they have a chance here late in the game, you throw an ugly pick, that's a disaster.
From the 33-yard line, Maroney alone in the backfield.
Ready. Wide. 20.
New England sends a man in motion to the right.
Watch the ball.
Here's the give. He's brought down around the 25-yard line. Maroney gains 8 yards on that play. 2 yards away here on second down. Brady is lined up under center. He has 2 backs behind him. Maroney gets the call. Loose football, and the defense has it. That fumble could have a huge impact on the outcome of this game.
What a big turnover that is. Just about the time you think this offense is going to take control of the football game, they cough it up, and oh my goodness, we have ourselves a ball game now.
This could very well be the last possession for the offense. They'll need to make something happen here. He looks to throw on first down. Comes down with it. Defense pushes him out of bounds at the 35. With that last catch, the wide receiver has logged his 100th yard of the game.
Just a good, solid performance here by the receiver. This guy is plenty tough enough. I like the way that he gets in and out of his cuts, but I love his toughness. He's never intimidated out there.
Huge pressure by the defense. He's tackled at the 44-yard line. Talk about a throw.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about one like that being intercepted. Nobody on the defensive side could have caught that bullet.
Palmer doesn't like what he sees. Drops back. Short throw to the left. Out of bounds at about the 39-yard line. He went to the short man, but the defense was right there to make the play.
Yeah, and this is one of those plays that's a lot like a long, extended handoff. He gets it out to the receiver and just lets him work on the outside. That time, though, unable to pick up much yardage.
Back to pass. Throws on the run. And the receiver is open. Tackled at the 15. First down now and 10 to go. They come out in the nickel. Palmer back to pass. He's been perfect on this drive. The defense has struggled defending the pass in this one. He's now got 3 scores through the air.
Yeah, I always felt like with the rules the way they are today, that as long as you're executing as an offense and protecting up front, you should be able to throw the football. And when they've had opportunities to make plays today, they've made them.
It's good. Cincinnati holds a field goal lead. And we'll take a quick look at the drive summary. The kick is away. He'll return it from the 6. He's tackled at the 28-yard line. Very little time to work with in regulation as they take over on offense down by 3.
Not a lot of time to work with here. Not only do you have to get the ball in position for your field goal kicker, but you have to get that clock stopped as well.
First down, looking to throw. Completed. He's pushed out at the 38. He's putting on a show out there. How's he doing it, Chris?
Well, one of the things I really like to watch with this guy is the way he goes through his progressions. He doesn't just get fixated on one receiver. He will go to the first guy, not there, go to the second, not there, go to the check down. That's what you like to see out of a quarterback.
New England takes a timeout, and that was their first timeout. One last play, folks. Time to find out how far he can throw and see if this great game becomes one of the all-time greatest. Here we go. Joseph gets his hand on it. And this was a good one. Our final score is the Bengals 43, the Patriots 40.